meals, I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Coming with a dank, skrilling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sick and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin. Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodsportsCom. I'm Easy, joined by Spinmo Rax.
Hi.
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Detroit Mario.
Let's go.
Microwave Mario, however you may address him, however you may see fit. We're also joined by Caleb.
What's going on?
Bill.
I'm feeling low.
Can I see Caleb's camera real quick?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I just sometimes... There's like ball shots going on for my guy. I'm like, yo, can you guys, this piece is easy, we can zoom in.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, for the longest. As used to make that for us too, COB. Yeah. All right, sorry.
Sometimes you gotta tease them a little.
Yeah. Sex sells.
Sex sells, goddamn right.
Hey, smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Game 7 tonight.
Let's go.
Yes,
We'll definitely be jumping to that one. We'll be out. You're coming with us tonight, right?
Yep.
Let's go.
Already worked out today.
Do I say where we're going?
Ale and Eddie's.
We're at Ale and Eddie's.
Come through. Buy us drinks.
Yes, sir.
I'm broke.
Yes. That part. Either way.
Relate.
Are you coming, Nick?
Where at?
Ale and Eddie's.
Is it over by you guys?
Probably 20 minutes from you.
Okay, yeah, I'll make the way.
Let's
go.
It's like 13.
He sounded so unenthused by
It's
that.
at like 13.
I don't like going out on Mondays. It's like the worst thing in my book. It sets me up for a really bad week, but it's game 7. So.
Because it comes to Tuesday and Nick's like, well, I drank on Monday, so I might as well drink now.
Well, I drink on Tuesday.
No,
I might as well drink on
might as well drink every day.
It puts you in some self-control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm set up for failure
take one,
after
please.
Monday going out, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm got some coffee ready to go for this one. I'm fired up for game 7. Oilers came back, baby. Let's rock.
I think I got pink eye.
What? Well, okay.
I'm definitely not going now.
There's lots to go with that. Well,
It was just
why do you think you have pink eye? How did you not get that on camera?
Yeah, way to go, Chris. Just L producer. No
What
brain for the biz in there.
I didn't
That's
say
me.
my best part of that is
Yeah, but
why?
I don't know.
Why do you think you have pink eye, and how would you have gotten pink eye?
I don't know.
You got to know if you think it's specifically. There's only
What
one
was
way to
his
get
name?
pink eye, brother.
Yeah, I've never had pink eye before, surprisingly.
That's.
But
So what'd you do this weekend? You think you got
I
it?
don't know. I woke up in the hotel after the wedding, and it was pretty like gunked up, and it was itchy.
I've never had pink eye either, so I can't relate.
Yeah.
My sister used to get it growing up. Sorry, sis, if you're listening, if you're embarrassed by that.
DNC and T says, I'm surprised it took this long. So am I, honestly, because I do eat ass, and I'm
All
surprised that I haven't gotten it before.
I just don't know how to turn it back into sports.
Pro
week, dude.
all day.
Gotta be.
Have you guys ever had pink eye?
I have.
I can tell Caleb's had pink eye for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big pink eye guy.
You look like it, bud. What do you guys got tonight?
Oilers.
Oilers, got to.
Are you guys like too scared? It's like too good to be true.
No.
They're so hot right now.
They're pretty hot.
It's insane. Yeah, I got Oiler up. Oiler up.
There's a Brittany Patrick Mahomes league.
Nah.
No way. It's got to be AI.
Supremacy said Spencer is recreating the Brittany Patrick Mahomes league.
Spencer, you gotta be careful with sometimes. He's a little bit of a troll.
Oh, he is, but I mean,
Did we talk about this Friday? Cam Sutton filing a grievance with Detroit Lions for his $10 million.
No, but that motherfucker was on the run. Like, what are you filing a grievance for? You were on yeah.
Well, I guess technically he was at the facility. Because remember the Lions were like, yeah, we did have contact with him the entire time. Like,
and a grievance for what? Can't you get like Michigan's an at-will state, so you can get fired for any reason.
either way, I guess the way that affects the Detroit Lions, so anybody curious, is now he counts 40% of his contract counts towards the book. So 40% of that $10 million, which is I think it was like 4.26, officially count against our cap. It's not a lot, but it's something. You're pursuing a championship because you get those veteran guys we always talk about that get cut. Although I've been saying that like all offseason, like, hey, we'll get one of these veteran guys just get cut because of their contract. However, I did forget that like now cuts are all bam at once, which I don't know if that makes it any better or worse for the Detroit Lions are trying to do. Well, because I guess they wouldn't know what to cut but they can still make it work. Does that make sense? What I'm trying to say? Like
Yeah,
if the
but-
Detroit Lions don't know if a special defensive tackle is gonna be cut, they may not make that cut to make that room for him. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
But you can still make the trade off, I guess, if you value that guy above the other.
I guess it matters to me is how much cap space do we have compared to other teams that we are willing to give that free agent, because usually they want to go where they can be on a contender and play for the most money.
And we're
can
number
do both.
one.
Yeah, we can
in
do
terms
both.
of contenders, I'm pretty sure.
What's his grievance? Like, oh, they fired me. They cut me. They shouldn't have. Well, first of all, you sucked last year. So the grounds alone there. Like, you gave up the most yards in coverage in the NFL. And number two, you were running from the police. Yeah. Like, that is grounds to be terminated. Sorry, bud.
I don't think it's so much that he got cut. I think he's filing grievance for the $10 million that he was supposed to be guaranteed. Because remember, it was like Tuesday.
If I was the NFL, I'd look it up and be like, no. You ran from the police. You don't get that $10 million.
Yeah, I read somewhere it could take up to like 2-3 years sometimes to figure these things out, which is a good thing in the Detroit Lions case because you kind of want his situation figured out. Because if he's found guilty, then yeah, what Spinney said is true. But until then, it is just kind of like an allegedly until he's actually found guilty. So he might get that 10 mil, but at least it'll be stretched out a little bit.
Yeah. Straight
Pause. Yeah.
Shout out to no, I mean, what? I don't want to say it right after that, but shout out to Jackie and Scott for the weekend. It was a lot of fun. My friend got married to his longtime girlfriend.
My friend.
You remember
say
Connor
it like that?
Barwin, the defensive end? He played for the Eagles and stuff.
He was there?
No, yeah. And so,
He said
well, I don't
no,
know if
yeah.
he was there, but he is her cousin.
Oh.
I assume he was there. 'Cause
That
he's
time
her
at Kirk Gibson was at a wedding.
Well, I didn't meet him, but I was going hard dancing. It was a very white affair.
I like
I mean, it was
doing
a poor
coke
year on
and
the game. It was
choking
that
strippers.
giveaway.
Very white affair. I think Darius is the only black guy there, but we played Not Like Us, and the DJ was like, oh, I can't find the clean version. And my boy Scott's like the Nick Leach of our group, like
Dancer.
yeah, big dancer. Like he hit the mean ass Dougie.
Yeah.
He hit a couple, and Scott's like, fuck it, just play it. And so yeah, we were going hard. And I looked around, and his parents were like,
Yeah, how are the grandparents looking on that
Yeah.
one around the room?
I don't know, I was going hard.
I guess
Good shit.
I don't get.
It's a lot of fun though.
Yeah.
We stayed at the Westin, I think,
It's expensive.
Where's it at?
in Port Huron.
What's the game plan for Sticks?
I was thinking we sleep in the car.
The car?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I mean, we can get a hotel
Yeah. Why wouldn't we get a
because
hotel?
it'd be free to sleep in the car. But that's not until August, I think.
We're big guys. Yeah, to be sharing a car.
I got a pretty big car.
Hope you got a big trunk. 'Cause I'll put my bike in it.
Hell yeah. No, I'm sure there's a hotel in Charlevoix. Maybe Nick's dad could hook us up because he's famous.
Yeah, Nick's dad's uncle's cousin.
Fellas, that's Caseville, and it's the Jimmy Buffett. It's the Jimmy Buffett cover band.
cover.
Yeah, you don't know they're playing Sticks Money.
You know what's funny? Because Nick does get a little like rambunctious after he gets a few of them in him. I just picture like, you know who I am? My cousin's in the Jimmy Buffett cover band.
Yeah.
I've seen that band play before.
Aren't they good?
I've seen them in. Yeah, they're good. I saw them at Gainesville.
I
They're
mean,
awesome.
they only got to
Yeah.
know one song, so obviously they're going
Wasted
to
awake in
I've never
Margaritaville.
I've
Or
never
two
been
songs,
happier. Never been happier that Caleb just backed me up that he's seen them in Caseville.
Cheeseburger in Paradise.
I was at the Cheeseburger Festival,
Well, yeah.
and then we went there.
And
Yeah.
I've seen them too.
Let's go.
But I wasn't
They're
like, dude, that's a sick ass.
No, I just said they're good.
Cover band.
Yeah. Damn.
No, I just said they're good.
I was like 19. I was
They probably
obliterated.
pull
I was
hose.
gone, dude. Oh, for sure. Pulling hose there.
Yeah.
At least if everyone's participating the way I was participating, I was wasted. I
Yeah,
remember
no.
half the day.
I was wasted.
Yeah.
at
I
the
didn't make
wedding.
out this French girl though.
I ate some chocolates.
Chocolate.
Some chocolates before the
Chocolate ass.
wedding. Not ass. Chocolates with mushrooms in them.
I already shot.
That was that picture of me, dude.
Oh, the wedding.
That was on the
yeah.
that was on the shuttle on the way to the wedding. The wedding hadn't even started
Can I
yet.
send it in?
Yeah, for sure. My eyes are.
Did you post that on your story too?
I think so. Yeah. I don't care.
Nah, Spinning was definitely the boomers were
The
booming.
boomers were booming for sure. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
It's funny too because you sent that one text like, "There's so many baddies here," and I see in the picture you like
Yeah.
approaching the baddie like
There was a lot of baddies there.
boomed out of your mind.
I kill at weddings, man. I do good at weddings. I'm a good dancer.
I do too.
A lot of fun.
Sometimes the food's hit or miss. How was yours?
Oh, food was great.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah. Filet and salmon.
I feel like all you gotta do
Same.
to kill at a wedding is just dance. Because
Yeah.
some people are just too scared to dance.
And moms love me too. So I'm always,
Yeah.
you know.
If you're there and you're just having a good time, like by yourself, like you'll be like people will gravitate towards you.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the host, single host too.
Mm-hmm.
Try to enjoy the night.
Oh yeah.
Bourbon was a drink of choice at mine, like the specialty drink that the groom had, and it was.
Yeah,
I
they
was
didn't
doing
have-
some
they didn't
damage,
have
just some
tequila.
bourbon. It was fun.
At the bar. Which, that was kind of a letdown. But I was just drinking Tito's. Tito's and lemonade.
I just get too drunk and I don't realize I was too drunk until the night after. I'm like, yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. I almost I quit drinking a few times. In the moment, you're like, I'm funny right now. Ha, ha. And then you think about the day after, you're like, God, dude.
I'm killing it right now.
Yeah, dude. I watched, like, woke up one day and, like, watched this video of me freestyling some other kid. And I was being, like, extra aggressive with it, too. And I was like, oh, God. I think I sent that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Dude. I freestyled with my friend's cousin for like an hour and a half at his baby shower.
That's when the party's lit.
Yeah.
People are freestyling.
The only time I've been like embarrassing drunk recently was when we beat the Chiefs. That
Yeah,
was
but
it.
you don't remember, so it's all good.
No, yeah. I came in here and I started whipping Lucas with my belt.
Yeah, that was wild. And we were locked out, so we couldn't even save Lucas.
Lucas was sleeping on.
I thought you were
When
going
the
to make
couch
love
was
to
right
him,
here,
dude.
he's sleeping on there. I walked in here because me and Lucas, that was our whole plan, is we were both gonna sleep in here because we had to do the show the next day. I took my belt off. I was like, he was like, no.
Something weird happened, too. We were going to Owl for some reason.
I didn't have shoes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you were, like, mad that, like, we suggested it or something like that. So you wouldn't go with us.
I don't know. Yeah,
And then we saw you when we got there. You were leaving barefoot,
yeah,
and you wouldn't even say hello to us. We're like fucking, yeah.
yeah. Don't. I haven't blacked out in a long, probably since high school, and that
Fell off
was
the stage.
definitely blacked out.
The,
That time.
the bowl also was a great moment.
Yeah,
We lost Spinny that night, and we're looking for him. It's out by you where we Coyote Joe's,
Yeah.
and we couldn't find him. I remember we said we were gonna go to the bowl,
yeah.
but he just disappeared. And then so I went over to look. He's fucking just angry as fuck, just like riding the bull. And honestly, he was killing it, but he was definitely looked like
Yeah, no emotion.
yeah, it was wild.
Like not even a smile.
Just blank stare.
There was
Dude, I
like three
blacked
people
out. I had
watching.
no idea.
We came. It was like kind of sad, honestly. Like there's a moment you should have been celebrating. He was killing it, but he was just so fucking like mad about it for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. I drank like a bunch of Nooners, like a fifth of gin, and then like a fifth of tequila, and then like half a fifth of gin.
That'll do it.
I'll do it, donkey.
Oh yeah,
That'll do. It was Thursday's ladies' nights there, and so Spinny climbed on
Yeah.
the stage. This kid guy's like, "You gotta get off." Spinny's he fell straight. It's funny because you're being an asshole about it. Because the guy was trying to help you down at first.
Yeah,
The security guy, you're like, no. I was like, I got him. You're like, no.
yeah.
I just
Yeah.
need you to trust me. That's all.
I
Please.
swear you bounced off that bitch. Got right the fuck back up.
Yeah, as you know.
You pretend that you're at the ATM.
I pretended I was a
Like
big
nobody knows. Oh, good times, man. That's the run. That's what
Yeah.
I'm sorry for Detroit Lions.
as
Beat the Chiefs on their way to
beat
the
the
playoff.
Chiefs on the way to the NFC Championship game.
Any other moment would have been funny then, but I was just so concerned because you weren't yourself at all.
Yeah, No.
Good time still. Fun. All right.
it was wild. It was a wild night. I slept out there, and like, it was a Thursday, so like. Lady Jane's and Roast like
Yeah.
worked the next day, and I was just shirtless on one of those couches in there. And me and Flannel were supposed to do this like college football show
Yeah.
the next morning, and Flannel just made the executive decision not to, because I got in here at like 5 a.m.
Oh man.
and slept for like 3 hours. I remember waking up, no shirt on, like stood up. Everybody's just doing their jobs. I was like, oh. Yeah, it was a good time. I think Jeff and Gentry woke me up because they had their show they were about to do. Yeah,
Oh man.
Yeah.
that's the picture of me and Lucas sleeping in the back is from the same day.
I didn't see it.
Oh, that was a while ago. We were
Yeah.
cashed out in Studio B.
Oh yeah. The day after, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Ryan Ermanni bought us Jimmy John's.
Hell yeah, I do remember that part.
Yep.
I was a beneficiary of that one. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend. And Spinny, tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness, you'll experience a squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, full-body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by, more than 50 in Metro Detroit, and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Drive into summer and drive into savings during Feldman Chevrolet's biggest Memorial Day sale ever. We're stocked with new Chevy cars, trucks, and SUVs, all priced to move. Like this 2024 Silverado for only $217 a month, or this 2024 Equinox for as low as $199 a month. Find your freedom in a Feldman at the Memorial Day sale going on now at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine Center. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAG trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit michigansportsandspine.com or call 248-426-9944.
Shout out to my guys in Woodward Sports chat right now talking UFC. Bobby Knuckles. You see that? I said the KO in the chat, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to obviously come back from after his last. I know he's coming off a win versus Paulo Costa.
Yeah.
The guy fought last minute guy, but he's also a beast. I believe he was 7-0. I know he's 2-0 in the UFC, and he had faced a bunch of good guys. So I'm not really. A lot of people trying to poo-poo on that one. I'm not, but I like Bobby Knuckles. And honestly,
Bobby Knuckles is the man.
he deserves to be in the title shot.
Little side note of the wedding. It was during Game 6 of Oilers, Oilers Panthers.
Yes.
And we were watching it. Me and my boy Dante were watching it at the table, and like, I forget who. I don't remember if it was my boy Scott's mom or something. Like, came over to our table and they're like, "Oh, you guys go out on the dance floor, go start dancing." Blah blah blah. I was like, "All right, it's like second period's almost over. I mean, just watch the rest of this." They're like, no, like somebody's about to leave, so go dance. I was like, all right, I go out there. I'm like, I got the stream in my hand like this, and I'm just dancing. People are like, a couple of the other guys were like trying to dance with me and watch the stream at the same time. It was funny.
Yeah,
Good
some
time.
guys.
It's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, guys being dudes.
These guys being dudes, no big deal.
A lot of fun. Great time. I love weddings.
Speaking of guys being dudes, I know we caught some of it on Friday. Did you catch Tom Gore's presser at all? Tom Gore / Trajan Langdon?
No. I'm not even, no, I did.
Chris, did you ever actually
I
get
was
to dive into the
preoccupied.
entire piece?
I never circled back when Trajan's first sentences were, "Thank you, Tom. I've never had an introduction like that, and I've also never had an interview at 4:30 in the morning." Like, I was just like, okay, what's going on here?
Wow. Dude.
Yeah.
Not beating the allegations, Tom.
I actually screen recorded that. I could send in the evidence.
Tom had not gone to sleep yet, for sure.
For sure.
All right, put him on.
That's what we made the hire by, too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I like doing coke and choking strippers.
He was an hour late to his own press conference, and the excuse was traffic. I gotta be honest, if I'm the owner I wouldn't even have a fucking excuse. I decide when this shit starts.
Yeah.
You don't get a fucking
Mr.
excuse.
Goris,
when
why
I
are you
show
late?
is when I show.
Late? What do you mean?
Yeah.
This is my building. I can show up when I want.
Thank you. This starts when I get here. What the fuck you mean late? No, yeah, I'd rather him just not say anything at that point. But I guess some of the takeaways. Did you guys hear what you wanted to hear from both Trajan and or Tom Gores?
I heard, yes, I did. I heard Trajan say, like, we need to be realistic about this roster, which is for sure true, because, like, you can't, it's like, oh, he's hyping mid. Like, no, you got to know who are guys that you're actually going to keep. And I did like him saying, like, we want to build around Cade Cunningham. You need to put players out there that make his life easier because he's working too hard to get the things done. He has to work too hard to get things done that he's actually good at. And that's what I like to hear is, yes, you should be building this around Cade Cunningham, and you should be putting shooters and guys around him that bring out the best in him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I heard a couple things I like too, like just the fact that kind of like they're transparent about it, right? Like before, it felt like, and actually it didn't even felt like it. Also just happened to be that too. We're just constantly sold like a sack of bullshit. They're trying to win games, or they're trying to make the playoffs, and we're going to spend money, and there's none of it have ever happened. And again, I gave Troy a little bit of a doubt because I kind of understood like the faction conversation too, but like it was disappointing because every time he got up there, you could just trust zero of what he said. They always said, "Oh, we're going to try and make the playoffs this year. Oh, this is the year." Like no. And then when Trajan was asked, he's like, "Yeah, we're probably going to be, taking on assets. We'll probably taking on, a few salaries here." In order to take on those assets, which is something that Troy should have done from the get.
Yes.
Chris, you want to say something?
Yeah, I heard not what I wanted to hear, but what I needed to hear when you really get to it. Because I've been saying this the last couple weeks. I think we really need to take a look at the successful blueprint that Detroit has right now as a franchise in the Lions. And I really think that those situations are different, but in some sense very comparable. I think this needs to be torn down to the studs. I think this team needs to build an entire culture. I think they need to build from the ground up. And I know that's not what people want to hear because they've sucked for 5 years and they tried to build from the ground up for 5 years. But you know what? The way they did it was wrong and it was faulty. And you can't build off that because the true foundation isn't there. You need to get the foundation. And that's not what you want to hear when you got a guy like Cade Cunningham who's entering his 4th year of his career. You should not be at this point, but you are at this point. And so I appreciate that Trajan was honest, and I hope that he really has the ability to rip this thing to shreds and build up from here, because I know that's not what Pistons fans want to hear, but I think that's honestly what needs to be done. I don't think there's a quick fix. I don't think you can Dylan Brooks and Fred VanVleet your way to a near play-in, and what does that do long term? I don't know if you can do that in Detroit's situation. I really don't.
Chris, the difference to me between, getting those free agents like that is you already have your main MVP superstar type top guy in Cade Cunningham. In the past, when we made all-in moves, it was to get to the play and bring in a guy like Blake Griffin, but to me, you already have that main guy in Cade Cunningham. So to get that young player that can progress in the playoffs, really, I think it's a whole different standpoint, a different conversation that maybe kind of selling it all just for a play-in spot when you have older guys on your team that Blake Griffin is playing with.
Which I agree with that, and that's the one thing I said to Kool-Aid when we had Kool-Aid on at the very end of the show, is I think that while it looks like this is a multiple-year rebuild, the bright spot is that Cade Cunningham, if he is the player he is and you surround him with good talent, this could be a faster rebuild than you think. We could be talking 1 year of not making the playoffs and then the next year being a competitive early out in the first round or something like that, because Cade Cunningham is that good. So you're right, Nick. Like, you have a foundation, you just don't have the complete foundation, and that's where the rebuild needs to take place. So I think that Pistons fans should have some level of comfort knowing that you at least have Cade Cunningham, and that is enough to really expedite this rebuild.
See, I'm not a big believer in that. I do think it's a part of the journey. I mean, I think we had the conversation during the playoffs with OKC. OKC is a really, really good team, but they're just too young to have gone and made the finals that year. Like, they need that heartbreak and then what they need to get to the next level, I guess, the next year round. But I've also seen Detroit Pistons specifically and other teams in general were like, yeah, they did get that little first taste early on, but it never panned out. We saw with the Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin Pistons, right? They never panned out to anything more. And you can say, okay, well, Andre Drummond was that good. Exactly. Andre Drummond wasn't that good. It's a talent thing. AD, as good as he is, he made the playoffs a few times, or at least I know for once, for sure, with the Pelicans. That little taste never panned out for them either. You need the whole enchilada to go to the bake sale. I don't know how else to, I mean, I don't know if that makes sense. but you just need more, just getting there and getting a taste doesn't like automatically give you, 3 points towards evolving. You have to have the piece around you
I agree.
to compete.
You're just throwing anything.
You need the whole enchilada at the end of the bake sale. I like that one. How about you don't buy enchiladas at the bake sale?
Yeah. Yes, I agree, I guess. But yeah, it's better than half the enchilada, and it's better than not being in the bake sale. So right now, we'll see. We're going to see, is this the same thing as the Tigers? Is this what we're going to see for the Pistons this year? All right, we'll see what we have. Let's work with these guys.
Please, no,
and see who is going to be a part of this team's future, because we talked about, we think we have some core pieces. Who are really the core pieces on your team? I know Nick doesn't think Asar Thompson's a core piece. I know Easy doesn't think Ivy's a core piece. I know a lot of people are on or off the fence with certain guys. I think the majority of people, except for Mark Royal, are with Cade and can see Cade being the future. But who are we going to keep around him? And we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, the thing that stands out is obviously he said taking on bad contracts to acquire some assets, and we all think that means getting draft picks with a bad contract.
Yeah.
What kind of guy are we talking about getting? Is it a guy that's talented, that's getting paid way too much money, that can still help this team?
I would like
like
to see
It
Julius
could be.
Randle.
I mean, that's beautiful. That's the beauty in it, right?
Oh,
Though, because like
I'd be okay with that if that's
Yeah.
the case, because we just need talent
I'd
in
be
general.
cool
like
with Julius Randle.
Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
Grab
Couldn't it be
Julius
in that?
Randle.
A guy's getting paid too much that's on the downslide, that just want to give her the contract, but also still help you the time being. Like, yeah.
Grab Julius Randle from the Knicks. You can get your pick back. You can get another pick or two from them. And you got a guy who, he's not the best player, but he'd be the second best player on this team immediately.
Yeah.
What's
And-
his contract look like in terms of years?
Let me check.
And
And
that,
the thing too with the Pistons is you cannot do, if you're taking on bad contracts, you cannot do the Joe Harris where it's just a second round pick.
No.
Like you have to get a real asset that actually means something if you're taking on a bad contract.
Julius Randle has 2 more years on his contract.
how much?
$28 million next year and $30 million the year.
It's honestly the way the cap is now. That's not.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
with a
that's-
clean cap sheet like Detroit has, I do that in a heartbeat. I don't know what you're gonna get for Randall and for Levine on the market. Like, I don't know if you're gonna get a real asset back. It depends on how desperate New York is to make a move for a star. Depends on how desperate Chicago is to get rid of Levine. But those are 2 great names that I really like. I think those are good players, and good players are gonna help this. If I can get a good player plus an asset, I'm doing that. I'm doing that every day of the week if I'm Detroit.
Yeah, I'm on board as well with that. I think this team just needs talent.
What about a guy we talked about a little last week? If Golden State decides to go and get Paul George, what about Andrew Wiggins as a guy we bring in?
I see. That's the one, like the Andrew Wiggins. Like it's too much Ben Simmons, Markelle Fultz to me. Like I can't see a world in which that guy is a very good NBA player again. I just think when it comes to the mental stuff, we've seen it far too many times where the mental is just the most powerful injury you can have in sports. So Andrew Wiggins is a guy. Now, would I take like Chris Paul's expiring to save them a shit ton of money? Sure. Or would I look into other avenues of their team? Yeah, but Andrew Wiggins is a guy particularly I'm staying away from, especially because it's a 3-year contract.
See,
2
Ben
years I could
Simmons
maybe
has-
stomach, but 3 is too much.
Yeah.
Oh, he's only got one. Ben Simmons only has 1 year left on his deal,
Yeah.
but it's
I would do
$40
that.
million.
Who's he with now? Brooklyn?
That's still
Yeah.
I would do that. I mean,
I mean,
How many
but
picks do
again,
you
you
get?
run the risk of like getting like a Joe Harris for type return because it's not a multi-year contract. You
Well,
get
you
like
don't
a
do it.
second round.
If they only offer you a Joe Harris type return, then you say no.
No,
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
Definitely
I'm
more.
just warning I'm just warning like people like you're not gonna get like a first round pick to get off of an expiring. You're gonna if you want a first round pick, it's got to be a guy like an Andrew Wiggins or Zach LaVine that's got multiple years on their contract.
I think Zach LaVine happens for sure too, just because it felt like some of the stuff I read over the weekend. the Detroit Pistons were the only team interested in taking on that contract and that player when Chicago was looking to deal him. So,
Yeah.
like a farewell for us. Either way, we're in a position where you need those draft assets. You need to build your war chest. If you're gonna, whether you're gonna trade your young pieces or not, like you want as many. I mean, look at the way the OKC Thunder did it. You want to talk about teams getting a taste of being successful very young. Look how far they got as a young team just because they did it the right way. Another example here in Detroit, Detroit Lions.
Yeah.
Right. They kind of ate shit for that first year. They knew they're gonna have to eat shit. They cut a lot of their veteran pieces that just weren't part of the culture and direction they're trying to move into. And it took time getting there, but they got there.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look across the street. The blueprint for success is right there in your backyard, Detroit. You gotta just use it.
So did you guys gain hope for the franchise? Just real quick before we go to break.
No,
No, you gotta prove it.
I need to see it.
That's fair.
Words are wind.
I was almost gonna say yeah to you guys. Negative Nancy said that.
Talk is cheap, motherfucker.
I'm gonna be reactionary on this. I'm sorry. I'm not. They've given me nothing to jump out on a limb and give them faith. I have to be reactionary. I'd rather be late to the party than early because I've been at this party for years and ain't nobody showed up yet. So
Let's go. Right there with you, Chris.
that was about the morning show.
Yeah.
Every single morning when you wake up, make sure you're putting on Wake Up Woodward. It's the best morning show in the city. Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning as they cover all of Detroit sports. Sports talk, banter, and live fan interaction, all on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
So just to get the heated steering wheel, I also had the spring for the bigger rims.
Yeah, that's how they get you. Those upgrades will cost you an arm and a leg every time.
Hey, new car crew, how'd it go this weekend? I got a great deal on mine.
How?
I went to Randy Wise, not those other guys. They got me in a great new ride, and they didn't break my budget. Hey, could you pass me the sugar?
How? Never mind.
He made the wise choice.
Yep.
Make the wise choice at randywisechevy.com.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. Boy Easy, joined by Spimo Rex.
Hello.
Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Mario. We got
go.
Caleb in the building. Nick, Caleb, did you guys buy any hope? Any stock and hope for the Pistons?
I said no already, so I'll let Caleb cook on this one.
I mean,
I'm not.
I guess I'll say yes, just because I'm a fan of the team, want them to be good. But just with Weaver gone, I guess I gained a little bit of hope. And like you guys said it sounded like Trajan was honest. And he and us as fans deserve to know what the direction of this team is. Obviously, the direction is to win. But these next couple years that can be really ugly, just like last year, we deserve to know what direction we're going to take. And he was honest. He said, we're going to take contracts that aren't that great, but we're going to get assets back for them. And if that's what we need to do, if that's the direction he thinks we need to take, let's do it. I'm on board. Let's do it.
Yeah, I guess you could. I'll invest in a sliver.
Yeah.
You know, I know Robinhood, you could buy like fractions of a stock. Like, I'll buy a couple fractions or something. Only because one thing that Gores did say too is like that he verbatim, Trajan's the boss. And he talked about just uniting, just having that one standalone voice against others in those situations where there's all those factions or so-and-so wants this and so-and-so wants that. Another piece real quick too, or go ahead and speak on that, Chris. I know you want to say something.
I was just going to say the thing he kept repeating, the phrase he kept repeating was streamlining communication. So that's what he kind of highlighted as Trajan's biggest strength that he's going to bring to the team. So again, look, that's word speak. We got to see it. We got to see it.
Hopefully it's more than that. Hopefully it's more than streamlining communication. If that's his biggest strength, that's tough.
I could talk.
Yeah. He's a micromanager. Is that what you said? Like, no, we need him to make good basketball decisions that make this team better. And I think he will, hopefully, if he's not streamlined communication from other people to make the choices for him. We'll see. Like I said, everything looks good on paper, but it looked good on paper before. So I need to see it. It obviously starts with what are you going to do with the Cade extension? Are you going to grab somebody in free agency? And then that number 5 pick.
Yeah, Scotty Barnes just got extended today. 5-year rookie max extension.
Yep.
$247 million, I believe. So
Brandon Dog says Killian Hayes to Washington, question mark.
Yeah, Troy Weaver with the Washington Wizards, if you guys didn't know. I meant to say at the beginning
Monty
of the show.
there too.
Monty's there as well?
No.
I was like, what?
If Killian's there, Monty might show up.
Monty's sitting out, I'm telling you. I don't think he's coming back to coaching for a minute. One quote from him, too,
Killian
is we're not going to start talking about championships here. That's a long way away. We have to talk about the foundational growth, which, again, we talked about that in the last segment. Just don't rush into it. Another piece he said, spacing. Talked about spacing. I wanted that around Cade for fucking as soon as he's gotten here.
It's so sad that's got us excited. The word spacing.
It's crazy, dude. It is crazy. Speaking of spacing and just, I guess, creating good offenses, see the Cleveland Cavaliers hired as a coach.
Yes, they did. They hired Kenny Atkinson. Once upon a time, somebody that was linked to Detroit. But now that leaves a certain someone, according to James Edwards of The Athletic, available, and that is James Borrego, who is also a finalist.
Yeah, it says impacts Detroit's search as Borrego is available. And with that, to my knowledge, every candidate Detroit would have went after, aside from JJ,
thank God,
yeah, had they moved on from Williams a month ago, is still available to them. So it's not just Borrego and everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
There are still pieces out there.
Sweeney, I like Sweeney as a candidate.
Chris Quinn, we've heard him in conversations.
Is anybody else weirded out that he hasn't been hired by now, though? With Chris Quinn?
No, I mean he's had an interview history and impressed well. I think he's just one of those coaches. There's a lot of people that don't get a shot
by now, though. I mean, like,
what's that?
If he's as promising, or as everyone's saying, like, what's the holdup?
Patrick Ewing's a basketball god, and he's never gotten an NBA head coaching job, and he's been trying for damn near 2 decades.
Patrick Ewing?
Yeah.
He was Patrick bad at Georgetown.
Patrick Ewing, what?
When he was the head coach of Georgetown?
I know, but he's been trying to get into the NBA forever. And, like, he gave up, like, only, like, 3 or 4 years ago. And this was after, like, 15, 20 years of trying to be a coach.
Yeah. I don't think that helps
the
case here for Chris Quinn, because maybe Patrick Ewing just wasn't made to be a head coach.
Yeah, like I said, Patrick Ewing was not a good head coach when he was given an opportunity in college, so I wouldn't give him an opportunity in the NBA either.
It's like, here's an example of it, and I can't, I guess, speak specifically to Chris Quinn if this is what it is, but, like, Matt Patricia had everything you'd like to see on a resume when it comes to, like, crossing over from that coordinator or assistant coach to head coach, right? Like, he was with Bill Belichick. He's part of all those, like, defenses that won those Super Bowl championships, and then was given a leadership position where it's more than X and O's, but also being, like, a leader of men. Somebody's supposed to rally everybody around one common goal. He was fucking garbage at it.
Yeah.
He was a horrible person. Yeah, he had the X and O's and the smarts and, everything you like to see on the resume, but to Dan Campbell, the perfect anti-example of that. Only a tight ends coach. Mm-hmm. Never a coordinator. But he is great at just unifying people for that common goal, rallying the troops. Like, that's a part of it when you're, like, the head coach. I'm just wondering if that's what Chris Quinn is missing.
It could be. It could be a couple things. Obviously, he's in that Heat system, so they learn from a great head coach in Eric Spoelstra. Maybe it's more the Ben Johnson type thing going on with him, is that Pat Riley might be, giving him some stuff under the table to make sure he stays, or Eric Spoelstra's holding on to him, unifying him with a message. But he's been on that list of candidates for the first job. Before they hired Monty Williams, he was on the Pistons list of candidates. So
for multiple
teams, I would assume he gets another interview.
No, he's definitely going to get another interview. Chris, you look like you want to say something.
Yeah, there's a little bit of breaking news. It's not related to the coaching search, but it is part of what I think is part of my master Piston offseason plan. This is a big part. OG Anunoby has officially declined his player option, which is big because now New York can't sign and trade him. So now he can straight up sign to the highest bidder.
Wow. He's kind of huge.
I would almost guarantee the Pistons don't sign OG Anunoby.
I want it.
After what they said in that press conference, there's no way. There's no way they're going to sign
I
OG
really
Anunoby.
want to.
That's very true.
That'd be awesome if they did, though.
Microwave Nick.
Let's
Microwave
go.
Nick,
Bring him
baby.
in. Bring him in. Bring on a bad contract. Let's go. We're cooking.
I mean, you could that's an asset that will never depreciate in value. An elite 3-and-D player. That's a guy that any NBA team will want any year of his contract. Even with his injury history, a team in a couple years that's a piece away from contending will still give up a premium asset to get a guy like that to complete their team. Look at what Boston did with Drew Holiday. You know, like that's the type of thing you can get with a guy like OG Anunoby that's forever valuable in today's NBA. So to me, I see no reason to not sign him.
I'm gonna avoid that one in the Woodward Sports chat. Shout out to my guy Broder though. I did miss what you had to say about I guess they had Seth Walder. He joined E&E. I'm gonna tap into Maz, see what the hell that guy had to say about his ESPN rankings. But I posted today the guys I like in the draft. Spinny, credit to you, spearheading the Cody Williams train.
Yeah.
I'm aboard. I think the only guy I'd love to have over him if he falls to 5, which is not going to happen, is Richeche. Whatever Chris sent this morning, I think it was the Athletics mock draft from last week.
Mm-hmm.
If Richeche goes 4, I'll lose my shit.
I think he is. I really think he is.
That'd be crazy. No way, dude. He's
and
going
the problem is San Antonio won't trade back. If he's there at 4, San Antonio.
No, why would they?
Yeah,
he's going 1 or 2.
They're not passing up on him.
If he falls to 4, I would only be pissed just because, like, I'm biased when it comes to San Antonio Spurs, right? Like, my championship Pistons, their championship run ended at the hands of the San Antonio Spurs. So I fucking hate them.
Yep.
I really do. We got fucked over in the lottery by them last year. And then to have them have a worse record than them again this year. And then they get 4 over us in terms of, like, Wednesday's lottery. Not even lottery anymore. It's just a draft at this point. I'll be even more pissed if the guy that I wanted is there at 4 and he just goes to the Spurs of all teams. I'd be livid. I don't even. By the way, he's going 1 or 2. There's no way he falls to 4.
I really think he does. I think Reed and Klingon are guys that people want, and they're gonna trade up. They're gonna trade up to get them, and then that's gonna really affect the draft board. And I think Richeche is gonna go 4 to San Antonio. But hopefully I'm wrong. Because I'm still I was just getting over Robert Ory, what he did to the Pistons. And now here we have all this Wemby shit. Like, I'll never forgive San Antonio.
Yeah, I like Cody Williams. I think that he is going to be a prototypical 3-and-D guy in the NBA, and that would be a perfect thing to put on this team.
What about the kid from Tennessee?
Dalton Connect.
You think he falls?
Yeah, I think he'll be there. I wouldn't be mad with that either. That kid's a bucket. I saw firsthand what he can do to a team, and he was playing Michigan State. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind that either. It would probably be my second option on the board.
I got a few other ones, too. Also, over the weekend, or at least I think it was Thursday it actually happened, Tom Brady spoke with the herd. And we'll get to this at some point during the show. Maybe finish this last segment a little bit of Pistons. But he's just talking about some of his experience as a Super Bowl winning quarterback and some of the pieces that he believed helped get him there. I'm telling you, boys, that shit hit like crack because almost every single piece of it connected to your Detroit Lions. And we would talk about that when we get next.
Lions fans.
But first, let me tell you about Swiss Insurance.
Please.
Guys, the draft's almost here. Number 1 pick in the game of insurance is Swiss. That's Mark at SwissINS.com. Give him a call directly, 313-530-1698. Again, that's 313-530-1698. It's Mark at Swiss Insurance. Check him out.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Grab your celebrities in your golf gear and get on down to Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. They had guys like Braylon Edwards, who happened to throw out the first pitch for the Detroit Tigers, and they won by double digits. I'm just saying. Shout out to Braylon Edwards. Also, Ryan Ermanni, Jim Harbaugh, Tim McCollum, of all people. It's a Celebrity Golf Tour brought to you by Randy Wise. Scan the QR code above my head. Skewer the QR code. Yeah, I don't know why I was going with that one.
Half the enchilada to get into the bake sale.
Hey, you need a whole enchilada to get into the bake sale.
It's true.
If you're going to buy an enchilada at the bake sale, it's not going to be the half enchilada. You're buying the whole.
Who sells enchiladas at bake sales?
Listen, the person that clearly wants to make the most money, because where else are you going to find enchilada at the bake sale?
It's true.
Corner of the market.
That's a good point.
I'm just saying, scarcity drives up value. What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever It's Live on WoodwardSports.com. We're teaching economics 101. I'm Easy. I spin more Rex.
Hello.
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, a.k.a. Microwave Mario. We got Caleb in the building as well. As promised from my Detroit Lions fans who were holding out during the Pistons segments. They actually weren't that depressing as much as they usually are. Tom Brady was on the Colin Cowherd show on Thursday, and I listened to it, but it wasn't until the second time around. Something caught my ear. And as promised, it hit like crack. You have it on 3-cam? Did you see it?
Yeah, I got it on 3-cam.
Rip it.
Yeah, and the ability to develop that player, to give him the tools so that when he gets to the line of scrimmage and he sees blitz, okay, if they're blitzing me, these are the 2 protections I can use when they blitz. These are the 2 or 3 routes that I can signal to my receivers that can beat the blitz. Or vice versa. We're anticipating blitz, so we call a play that's going to protect. And nope, they're actually playing a very safe zone. I want to make sure I can get all my players out into the route, and I can change the call, the protection, and the route so that everybody can get into the defense. So what are you trying to do? You're trying to give the quarterback to really be a field general. Quarterback, you got the last swipe at the pencil. The defense can call their play. They're going to line up. Offense calls a play in the huddle. They walk to the line of scrimmage. Defense calls a play. They adjust to the formation offense is lined up in. They have their call set. It was always my job to say, well, I know what my play is. Now I look at the defense. Okay, I think I know what they're in. Does what I have call, is it going to work? And that was my judgment. And they would have to live and die with my judgment, the entire team. Now, I developed the trust within the team, my teammates in the organization, to say, Tom, we want you to have that. We trust you to have that final swipe at that pencil. But we're not going to snap the ball into, let's say there's a safety blitzing off the right side, and I got to run right at the right side, and I know that nobody can block him. I'm not going to snap the ball and run it into the strong safety blitzing and tackle our running back 4 yards in the backfield. I'd say, okay, if the strong safety's coming on the right and we got to play to the right, what do you want me to do? You want me to run to the left? You want me to check to a pass? Those are the options. That's how I would think about the game. There was always a reason why I did something. If he was blitzing off the left and I wanted to run the right, great. Let's snap the ball as fast as I can.
Everything's intentional.
Everything was intentional. Yeah, there wasn't a time. I would hope that I would have never snapped the ball into a bad defense. Now, did I? Of course I did. Because sometimes the defenses wanted to disguise a lot of things. They didn't want to show me, okay, Brady likes to get a great pre-snap read. Let's really mess with him. Let's, kind of toggle the safeties back and forth. And we're going to make it challenging for him to really decipher. Buffalo, when I played Buffalo, they wouldn't move until after the ball was snapped. So if the safety was coming down on the left or on the right, they were going to do it after the snap all the time. And they would just play in this little shell defense. I'll be snapped, and here they go, they'd rotate. Because every defense has strengths and weaknesses to it. My job as a quarterback was always to delineate where the strengths and weaknesses were. And was the play that I had called, was it able to take advantage of the weaknesses of the defense? And if it couldn't, then I was supposed to get to a play that would. And I think that's part of the development that I had as a player was they gave me the tools to be able to do that. And they gave me the trust over a period of time that I was ultimately going to make the right decision for the team. We'd go through every single play on the call sheet, and we'd do exactly what we did. Okay, this is a play, this is the run. What's the one thing that can mess this run up? Oh, a safety blitz off the right side. Okay, great. What do you want to do if that happens? So I'd walk to the line of scrimmage. That call was made. I'd break the huddle. I'd look to the line of scrimmage. I'd say, okay, the only problem I have on this play is if the safety's blitzing off the right side. And then I would just look for it. Oh, and he only did it, let's say, 5% of the time. So most coaches would just say, just run the play, whatever. If they get lucky and call at the same time, one for them. And that's not how I played, because that one play could mean everything. Right. So I would say, no. If it's a 5% chance it could happen, What should I do if it happens? So we're all on the same page. So I would tell the line, okay, if this guy's blitz, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to check to this play called Wolf or called Beetle or called Python, whatever we wanted to call it. This is what I'm going to do. Or I'm going to check to a screen, Liz, Rip. I'm going to change the protection and go to Greta or Grape. So there was all these different code words what we had that we can get to them so quickly because it's hard to do when there's 70,000 fans.
Right.
It's hard to do to communicate to everybody in 10 seconds to go from one play to another play. But that's what the continuity allowed us to do over a long period of time. That's what the same coordinator, the similar core group of players could do, the same offensive line coach. Oh, yeah, we did that 2 years ago. Yeah, I like that solution. That worked great. That allowed us to win the game. Great, we gained confidence in it. So that continuity that we had with all of us allowed us to succeed in those little small percentage chances that they did something or made a call that could beat what we were doing. And I think so much that's what the beautiful part about the sport is. That's the chess game in football. It's not checkers. It's not soccer where everything.
Did you catch that? That continuity.
Mm-hmm.
Being in an offensive scheme for 2 years. Having a great offensive line coach. Dan Campbell this offseason called this year's offseason Football 401.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like the fourth installment of what they've already been doing. You notice those check words they use for those hot routes or changing the protections, those code words. Well, when you have an offense that's been together for as long as it has, they're all familiar with those said code words. You also talked about that the continuity, cohesiveness of like knowing something you've ran before and what's countered against it 2 years ago, but now you know the solution because you've been running that play so many times over and over and over again. Not only has this offense for the Detroit Lions been successful since Ben Johnson, they've also been in there for 3 years now. This would be going on the third year. And let's be real about it. Tom Brady, most Super Bowl rings ever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was he the most talented guy?
No.
Was he? I say he's more mobile than people give him credit for, but he wasn't particularly mobile. No. He didn't have the best arm. He's always made the right read. He knew where everybody was going to be. He knew this offense like the back of his hand. And as he said before, too, if he didn't know, he'd make sure everybody knew because he wanted to know. If something's going over here, no, we got to know how to counter that.
Yeah.
Jared Goff isn't the most physically gifted. I think we all agree with that one.
Yes.
Jared Goff doesn't have the best arm. He's not mobile. But the guy with the most rings fits those descriptions. And he just told you, piece by piece, some of the things that helped made him successful. Mm-hmm. It was the cohesiveness, the continuity, the offensive line, and the tools around him as well. He also, if you listen to the whole piece about it, he went and as why he never really uses outside wide receivers. He never used those X receivers. He did it 1 year when he had Randy Moss, I think a few times with Deion Branch, but I think Deion Branch played a little bit of a Y as well. But he talked about the inside, the middle of the field, there's just more room for a catchable ball. That's why he utilizes tight ends. That's why he utilized Wes Welker. That's why he utilized Julian Edelman, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Sam Laporta. We don't really have a true X in this offense. However, you just heard the GOAT say, and you didn't hear it because, again, that's part of the whole 30-minute clip. If you guys would like to listen to it, it is up there on YouTube somewhere. But every single thing he described that helped make him successful to the tune of 7 Super Bowl rings, the Detroit Lions currently possess. It's currently in their repertoire right now. And I'm telling you guys, I've never been more confident. You've said it multiple times, but you talked about Super Bowl, and I was like, oh, wait, whoa, hold on now. I'm finally on board. If it were anybody else saying those things, I probably wouldn't give two shits, to be honest with you. But Tom fucking Brady saying those things, you could make a fucking checklist of everything he mentioned and correlate it to Detroit Lions. It is there, bro. I think the Detroit Lions are going to the Super Bowl this year.
I think they do. Or I think they can. I think they will. And you talked about how the cohesion, the cohesiveness of having guys in the same offense, the same plays, the same calls, the same feel for multiple years. Last year was the first time in Jared Goff's career he's had the same offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for 2 seasons in a row. So this year, obviously, will be the first time in Jared Goff's career that he's had the same offensive coordinator / play caller and quarterbacks coach for 3 years in a row. He is extremely comfortable in this offense. He knows it like the back of his hand. And like Tom Brady said, you put the pieces around him. You put the pieces around Tom Brady. You put the Aaron Hernandezes, the Rob Gronkowskis, the James Whites, the Danny Amendolas, the Julian Edelmans, the Wes Welkers. You put them around him that benefit him. What is the first thing that Ben Johnson did when they traded for Jared Goff? He sat down with him and built this offense on his strengths, built this offense on what he does best, on what makes him a great quarterback in the NFL. What has Brad Holmes been doing since he got here. Drafting offensive weapons that benefit Goff, that bring the best out of Goff. Goff that throws them the ball, and all of these guys, when you get the ball in their hands, they go out and make shit happen. Like Laporta, like Gibbs, like Amon-Ra St. Brown. You give them the ball, and they do the rest. So Jared Goff being in this offense where he needs to put the ball in the same spot for these guys who have been in the offense where they know where that spot is, they know when the ball is going to come out, they know where Jared Goff likes to place the ball. It makes everything easier because they're more comfortable with it. They've been doing it for so long. So yeah, it's definitely going to help. And the more you do something, repetition makes mastery. And them continuing to run this same offense, the same system, with the same play caller and the same coaching staff is only going to benefit them.
Now, I'm blessed to where all my takes are on wax. Everything I have to say is in a microphone, it's recorded, it's documented. You can look it up, pull the receipts if you'd like. And I've said these things, right? I've been comfortable and confident in these things. That's why last year, with Ben Johnson being the offensive coordinator, I'm like, listen, this is our last year with this guy. They know this offense well. Go all in, get to the Super Bowl. I had nobody, including the organization itself, had any fucking clue that Ben Johnson was going to return, making this a third year within this offense. Like that is like the plus side of this. That's why it's football 401. And yeah, I speak of these things of Jared Goff being better. In fact, I've already been on record saying like he'll probably be his best year. Again, everything I say is documented.
Yeah, like.
However, when Tom Brady says it, it then equates to like reality when it comes to Super Bowl championship. When Tom Brady says it, it's different.
Yeah, like,
it's more than me hypothesizing. It's real.
Football 401 is a graduate level course for a reason because you've already put the work in. You know the scheme. You know the system. Now it's time to go out there and implement the mastery of it. And that's what these guys have been doing, working so hard. Ben Johnson has them knowing what they want to do, where they want to do it, and how they want to do it. And you see, we talk about it all the time, how Goff, it takes him a little while to get used to his receivers or to get comfortable with his receivers. That might be true for guys on the outside, but the guys in the middle that hop in there and they immediately take off is because that's where he wins, is in the middle of the field. And he knows where the receiver is going to be, when he needs to get rid of the ball. Everything is down to an exact science. And Jared Goff executed it masterfully the past 2 seasons.
And just real quick, too, comment from, let me find it here. The Shaquille Oatmeal. Shout out to the name. Loving it. Says, I'm not discrediting how good Goff is. But if that's the case at Easy, then why didn't Goff have more success in L.A.? So the stuff that Tom Brady was talking about, the cohesiveness, knowing what works and what's... Jared Goff was never allowed to call his own audibles. He was never allowed to read his own defense. It was all pre-read for him going into it. Then once that mic cut off, he was kind of fucked. Because he was never truly allowed to, because his hand was never let go to learn these things, to learn those protections. He never learned it. You heard Tom Brady talk about calling his protections, a Lizzo or replica or whatever words he used. Oh, what am I doing if this guy's blitzing right? Jared Goff never had the full autonomy to call those. What they did in Detroit, and it took a while to get there. However, again, Ben Johnson being the brilliant coach that he is, sitting down with Jared Goff to game plan and make sure that he's comfortable with these things and knows them himself, he does know that. And not only does he know it and got to like learn it and grow in it, that's exactly just that, the growth. You heard Tom Brady in that clip use the word development, right? He's also given the tools to help himself development. So, like, if I have to call, the Lizzo or Ringo or whatever the hell it may be, okay, well, I have a Sam Laporte over here and I have an Amon-Ra over here. I also have a killer-ass fucking offensive line and run game to follow suit as well. So, like, that's the difference between Jared Goff kind of just, I guess, I don't know the word, plateauing in L.A. versus being able to grow in Detroit.
Yeah, in LA, like you said, Goff was never allowed to be that guy making the decisions at the line of scrimmage, reading the coverage, audibling the plays. He also never had the same offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach for more than 2 seasons together. He also, I talked about it before, Sean McVay and the brilliant man that he is, he was trying to use Jared Goff, the square peg, to put in the round hole of his offensive scheme instead of building a square hole to put the square peg in like Ben Johnson did, where he built the system around what Jared Goff does. Sean McVay was trying to put Jared Goff into his scheme, which was the downfield shots and the action and attacking down the field and stuff like that. And that's not his strength. That's not what he does best. And it's been shown in Detroit that what he does best can win you a lot of football games when you attack that middle of the field and have an extremely strong run game. And that's what's happened.
You hear the term practice makes perfect. And another thing he said, and again, not in the clip that we played, but if you guys want to listen to the whole piece of it, he talked about how instead of learning, it became militant. Like the way the offenses ran, the way the defenses ran. Like they knew what they had to do, and they were just executing then at the assignment. There was no warning what it was. It was just executing it to a T and knowing what you were seeing and what you had to change to. That's what the Patriots became, and that's what the Detroit Lions have become. Not only just with like the offensive, but as much as some people don't like AG, AG's been there now just as many years more than Ben Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
And so the same veteran voices in that locker room that understand like his philosophy, what it is, at the core of it, that's only going to continue to grow. On top of adding the talent too, like it's a fucking Super Bowl pie.
Beautiful
you can sell
storm.
At the bake sale. It's a whole
Perfect
enchilada.
storm. It's the whole enchilada, and you're at the bake sale ready
The
to
only
go.
one selling enchilada at the bake sale. You're making money.
Nick, I know you want to speak on this. We are way over though, so we're gonna bring this conversation back after the break. But first, let me tell you about Les Stanford. What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. That's exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. The same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today and find the brand you want at lesstanford.com. Les Stanford, together, let's ride.
Braylon Edwards here, Premier Pet Supply. Man, just looking around, who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
Soroki's Crispy Chicken and Pizza is taking over Michigan. Locations are popping up all over Metro Detroit, doubling the number of restaurants this year. Known for their quality hand-battered and hand-breaded chicken tenders, delicious chicken sandwiches, and New York-stile pizza. Be sure to stop in and try it at a mega station near you, or go to Sorokis.com to figure out where you can get some of this great food.
What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on Sports.com. I'm Boy Easy, joined by Spimo Rax.
Hello.
Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff.
Let's go.
Caleb.
What's going on?
Did that not hit like crack? Am I tripping? I was a little inebriated when I discovered the video. I'm not going to lie to you guys. But after then, I was fucking freaking out, man.
I listened to that video Saturday morning on my way to the wedding out in Grand Rapids. I had some time to kill. And, you know, Easy, it kind of sounded a lot like the guy that was sitting next to you on Friday. I was saying a lot of those same things about things that you don't see with Jared Goff in this offense. It's why it makes him so successful. It's not flashy, but it's under the covers. It's calling the right audibles in those times to get you in the right place at. And it might not be a gain for 27 yards down the right side of the sideline, but it might be a 8-yard gain for a first down over the middle. So it's like things like that why I think Goff has been so successful in this offense. And it's the fact that Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell trust him to make the right audible. And I think that's why he's had so much success, and why I think he's going to continue to in his third season in the offense.
Now, I don't know how much of the audible situation was last year. I know when that one Dave Montgomery one was called, that one was Ben Johnson just before the mic cut off. Jared Goff had said in his interview. I didn't even I think this year is when you see the stuff that you're talking about. Like year 3 of this. As we can see, at least at maybe not at a peak, but definitely at the highest it's been. Talking about the cohesiveness and continuity between Jared Goff, this offensive line, Frank Ragnow, Amon-Ra, even Sam Laporta just bumping up as a sophomore, understanding these things a little bit more. And he already had a great rapport with Jared Goff, as you mentioned on Friday, going back to the LA Rams game where he decided to extend the route when there was nowhere to be thrown.
Yeah.
And shout out to JG also for just holding on to that one long enough to make the play. But I think now is where we see the height of this. I guess why I get so excited.
How scary do you think it's gonna be?
Listen, brother, I got a little bit concerned. There's one little piece of doubt I almost had for the Detroit Lions offense. If I had to pick anything, I think I might talk to this last week too. It's just the fact that maybe we've been running this long enough to where guys have probably figured it out. However, the guys that we have executing these plays are all pro level.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell, Sam Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like it doesn't matter if you got to figure it out. If we're executing to a T, we're going to get the dub.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you got it figured out because of the level of talent in there. It doesn't matter if you got it figured out because of the different wrinkles that every play hold, where you can put up one play and it looks like one play, but there's actually 4 different plays you run off of it. So I'm not worried about that at all. Figuring it out doesn't matter when you have a great game plan and you're calling the plays based on the situations. They can figure it out, but they still have to stop it. So I'm not worried about that at all.
Caleb?
Yeah, when it comes to what Brady said, it's like he's always been big on trusting his teammates, and you're going to get the ball if Brady trusts you. This is kind of how I feel about Ben Johnson, too. He's looking for the most reliable guys, and it turns out those guys are really talented. And you got like Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 rookies last year who contributed a lot, who figured out the offense, and they thrived in it. Another guy, Amon-Ra St. Brown, a 4th-round, 5th-round pick. He learned the offense. Well, I guess it wasn't Ben Johnson's offense at the time, but then when Ben Johnson came in, he excelled, over 100 catches. It's all about reliability, I think, in the Lions offense, and if a guy like Jared Goff or Ben Johnson can trust you, you're going to thrive. Just like J-Mo this year, I'm hoping that he could, with a full offseason, full training camp, learn everything, and have a good season.
And a lot of this, too, like I was arguing with somebody in the chat, I think last week, or maybe it was on that video over the weekend, and they're just kind of just talking about how, like, I think it was a whole, when Joel was talking about the whole Matthew Stafford versus Jared Goff stuff, and it's like, yeah, there are levels. There are guys that can have a higher skill set. But if you're actually, again, we talked about with Tom Brady, if you're executing to a T, he talked about specifically his cohesiveness and all that stuff like that. That's what we have going to this year. Like, I don't care the skill level. All right, I'll never have that gentleman in my. I more than likely probably will never have that guy in my top 5. But that doesn't mean you can't win games with him. If Trent Dilfer is out here playing team ball, winning football games. I almost said Eli Manning, but if you ever check the stats, he's actually like top 10 in a lot of things. I don't know if it's because of the longevity of his career. Because I know he had an Ironman streak where he didn't miss a lot of games. But like, you can win a game with not the greatest quarterback. And I'm talking about the game. You have to have the right pieces around it. And that's what we hinted to last week. We talked about Kyle Hurd stealing that 12%, is that we have the inverted version of that. Like, yeah, you may be paying your quarterback quite a bit, but you have everything else on that rookie contract. And everything you have re-signed, they're on the beginning portion of those deals. And that's why you can afford that DJ Reader contract, why you can afford that Carlton Davis acquisition. Like, the time is now.
Yeah.
I wrote on this prep sheet, I meant to introduce it this way, and shout out to Booner, but the easy express way, because Booner's is the path. It's just going to happen one day. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
One day, it's going to happen. It's the path. The easy expressway is expressway because it's a fast lane. It's do or die, now or never. It's this year. I've been on that wave since the season ended. Especially now you keep Ben Johnson. Everybody's in it. This is the last dance. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the final hurrah. It's the whole enchilada at the bake sale. Like, it's what you got to go out there and do. I've been saying it the whole time. We're going to win a Super Bowl this year, and I don't care if you like it or not. It's going to happen. Like, you fixed the defense. You brought in great players at your 2 biggest positions of need and changed the coaches of those positions of need because you knew it wasn't working out last year. You have this entire offense that's been a top 4 offense in the NFL the past 2 years coming back. Your first-year players are going to get better. You have other guys who are looking to be impact rookies on this team. I am extremely excited. You were a top 4 team in the NFL last year, and you got better. So, yeah, it's win the Super Bowl or it's a disappointment.
Are you guys on the same wave? I mean, like,
yeah, I think it's definitely disappointing if you don't win the Super Bowl when you have all of these things going your way. I mean, I was talking about our improved defense even yesterday when I put out that Terrion Arnold's going to be the defensive rookie of the year, because I think this defense is set up to take such a massive leap. And with this offense, 3rd year in it, this offense is going to remain elite. And I think this defense can take that big leap that we all want them and think that they will. So, yeah, I think it would be disappointing. I think a bad man on the other side would be a guy like Patrick Mahomes, where it's just, can you beat him on that day? And that's something we're going to have to do, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, if we make it there, I don't want to see Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, no doubt. Give me anybody else.
Yeah, give me almost anybody else.
But if it is him, let's game on. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, no excuse.
Absolutely. The easy expressway. It's up.
Chris, are you there with it? Lions, Super Bowl or bust?
Yeah, I'm riding shotgun on the easy expressway. This is it. This is it. This is the big moment. Now, I don't want to fully say, you know, they'll never get shot again, because that's where I kind of want to, like The Last Dance, I kind of want to rework it a little bit. But this is absolutely your best shot. This is absolutely your best shot, and I'd love to sit here and make any type of argument against that, but I can't.
Yeah.
I can't. When you have the continuity, you have every single thing you need at your disposal to be a successful team this year.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron Glenn didn't have a talented defense. He's got a talented defense now.
Yeah.
You know, Jared Goff and Ben Johnson needed to have time to get synergy. They've had that. Jared Goff has weapons. Every single part of this franchise has been set perfectly in place to succeed. So now you just have to do it.
Who
That's
is the team
expectation.
you'd want to see if you made the Super Bowl?
Save it when we come back. I just want to point one more comment and give you a little bit of praise too. When Spencer said it, I gave him pushback, and I did. Every single point that Tom Brady said, I made those points. I didn't believe that shit, but when Tom Brady says it,
I did it.
I said those things, but I didn't it still felt crazy to me. But when Tom Brady says it, yeah, it hits a little different. Sorry.
You're saying Tom Brady knows more ball than me?
Exactly, right? Like when Tom Brady says it, it's stapled in.
Yeah. Definitely feels good when you have the most winningest Super Bowl quarterback of all time.
Making the same points as us.
Yeah.
Listen, heavyweights. I'm telling you guys. We don't get them right for no reason. Except for the time I said we're gonna beat the Eagles. That
was about the best cut.
That was a tough one.
It was close. It did. It was close.
Yeah, garbage time close. But let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Awesome is when a guy can be a guy and get an amazing haircut. That's Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Stop in, sit back, relax, and let one of Lady Jane's talented stylists make you look and feel great. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Thank you to the Detroit Lions and Sheila Ham for the best season in Lions history. Now it's time to let Brad Holmes cook. Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supplies, hands down Michigan's best pet store. Same prices and all the conveniences of the online and big box retailers, with one major difference. They're family and locally owned and operated for over 30 years. 60 brands of food and nutrition experts to help you. Same day, local curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best. www.premierpetsupply.com.
187 Woodward Sports Chat saying golf gonna golf. It means something different these days.
Yes.
Golf gonna golf means systematically running a highly efficient office.
And shout out to Jared Goff and Kristen Harper.
Got married over the weekend.
Married over the weekend.
Shout out.
That was not the wedding I was at. I know there are a lot of rumors that is the wedding I was at, but it was not.
You heard Spencer was on Boomers at Jared Goff's
no,
wedding.
I was not. I would not take shrooms.
I
at Jared
object.
Goff's wedding. Yeah. I would object. But no, that's not the wedding I was at. I had to decline the invite, unfortunately.
What if they have, you think they have pictures of like you and I? Like, yeah, do not.
Yeah,
Not
if you see these men.
Yeah.
No.
Stop them.
Jared Goff doesn't give a shit what we say. That's one thing I'll give him credit to him. I love how he is at the podium.
His attitude.
And his attitude, especially in Detroit. He's been a little more snappy with the reporters and shit like that. He's a pro, dude. He's a pro's pro. He doesn't give a shit what we say about him.
What dude?
He's got a beautiful wife and he makes fucking millions.
Absolutely. We're gonna have Mina Kimes on later this week on Thursday. And
shout out Mina Kimes.
That's one of the things I was gonna ask her. Like, and I'm in the same boat, by the way. You guys know this. I don't have JG as like I have him anywhere from 8 to 12, and I'll be fine with it. But like, he's got that same fire.
Yeah.
At least lately.
Yeah.
Since the trade, right? Pissed off about wanting to prove people wrong. He mentioned it after he signed the contract. Like, look, my haters keep me fucking going. They keep me fueled up. want to prove
It's
him
my
wrong.
quarterback.
You're welcome.
And Tom Brady, same thing. He said he's
All right,
make
relax.
excuses to make him pissed. I'm just saying. You asked a question before break, though. Which team would we want to see in that Super Bowl matchup? I just know who it's not, who I don't want to see. It is the KC Chiefs.
Even though Goff is 2-0 versus them in his career.
Yes, even though Goff's 2-0 against them.
He owns Patrick Mahomes.
He owns
I'm told.
Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, that's what I hear.
But would you want to see the Ravens? Because I wouldn't want to see the Ravens either after what happened last year.
What is it? The Birds?
I would say give me the Bengals.
The
Out of
Bengals?
those big three.
That would, yeah.
Those are the big three in the AFC, I think, right now.
Texans?
That'd be cool.
I'd be cool. With
I got
CJ
money on a
Texans.
Lions Texas
Young
Super
quarterback.
Bowl. I get a G if it happens.
Texans.
Well, it's not going to happen.
Bills.
Now,
I'd be cool with seeing the Bills.
Bills aren't going to make the playoffs, let alone the Super Bowl.
We'll see. Yeah, Bills or Texans.
Old ass Aaron Rodgers and the Jets.
Yeah, give me 2-week
That-
layoff.
I'd like that too.
2-week
Broken down.
Yeah, 2-week layoff for the
I would
Jets.
say pretty
Aaron
much
would
any
be.
contenders outside of the Chiefs and the Ravens would be. Well, I don't know. Lamar chokes in the playoffs, so if he makes it that far, you're like, oh, when's it gonna happen?
I can't get it out of my head what happened last year.
Yeah, that was
But he
tough.
didn't choke. He literally threw a touchdown, and the guy fumbled at the 1 yard line.
That's true.
It was a go-ahead touchdown too, wasn't it, or was it just to tie it up or something?
To Zay Flowers?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it was
I think it was to tie, and then
literally at the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
I mean, yeah. Oh man, fumbling the game-winning touchdown at the 1 yard line.
We've dealt with
Darn. I'm sorry, Ravens. Wish it didn't cost you a division championship.
Ooh, that's a good comp. Maybe. I mean, obviously, bigger. It's a good comp in theory and in terms of regular season games, but Bob's Big Boy shout out says Goff is to Mahomes as Eli is to Brady.
I mean,
in terms of
I would
regular
love for
season-
him to beat him in 2 Super Bowls, but Brady is to Mahomes what Eli is to Brady. Like he's the only one
Yeah.
that's beat him in a Super Bowl.
That's very true. He's missing half his offensive line. Either way, he's still to grow regardless. He would. I
felt bad for him, dude. He was
Oh,
running for his
yeah.
fucking life in that Super Bowl.
That one he had where he was just like in the air sideways.
Yeah.
On the money. The dude just dropped it. In his fucking hands, he just
Mhm.
dropped it. Yeah. Give me the Bills. Give me the Bengals. Steelers.
Texans, man.
Texans.
I don't know.
Texans scare you?
I'll shave my eyebrows if the Bills make the Super Bowl. Like, it's not going to happen.
No, they're not beating the Chiefs. They have to go to the Chiefs.
They might, like I said, they might not make the playoffs. They're the 3rd best team in their division.
I'd relax. I think they make the playoffs.
So you don't think the Dolphins make the playoffs?
Tua stays healthy.
Do you think the Jets make the playoffs?
If Rodgers stays healthy.
And the Bills? So you're getting three teams out of the division?
Yeah, it can happen.
Nah.
I think it happened last year.
Yeah, but I don't think it's going to happen this year. Because I think 2 teams out of the North are going to make it.
I'm look it up.
Whether it be the Chiefs, or I mean, whether it be the Ravens and the Steelers or the Browns.
Remember this show on the 24th of June.
3 teams out of the East are not going to make the
Spenny
playoffs this year.
shaves his eyebrows if the Bills get there. I don't think
the
they
Super
will.
Bowl.
Yeah, I don't think they will either. But I'm not shaving the brows just in case.
NFC West, 49ers, Rams. Nope, that's all I made out of there.
That's it. AFC.
I'll shave the stash if the Jets do. I'll put that on wax.
We're talking about the
I've
AFC.
been
I'm still at teams that made all 3 teams made it.
Oh, I think it was the AFC North last year.
Yeah, Browns,
Steelers,
Ravens,
Browns,
and yeah.
I've been a massive Rodgers hater this whole offseason, so I'll go with the Jets. Shave the stash, completely gone.
If they make the
If they
Super
make
Bowl?
the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Super Bowl steep. How about you say the playoffs?
That's not steep at all.
That's
They're
not
projected
steep,
to make the playoffs.
Did you put your eyebrows on the Super Bowl or the playoffs, Benny?
Super Bowl.
You put your beard on the playoffs?
No.
For the Bills?
I would do eyebrows before beard.
Pizza
I'll just
better?
wear the hat a little lower. Hey guys, man.
Speaking of eyebrows, Austin Eckler.
Yeah, run them eyebrows, Austin Eckler.
Just saying.
I want it.
Not a man your word. Jeff Elafrady.
My eyebrows are on the line though for Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham to go to the NBA Finals.
Yeah, you'd look funny without eyebrows. Mine are like you can barely see mine anyways.
Oh, that's kind of true.
But you would look really funny without
Yeah,
eyebrows.
I was just drawing bitches on, honestly. I just take I take the L that way.
You look
I ain't tripping. They're sweating
you look
off
like
during
a
the
drag
show.
queen with drawn on eyebrows. What the fuck is that?
I was trying to.
Oh, if you had to draw them on?
Yeah, that's also making my eyes weird. So just we'll leave that one alone. Yeah, man. I think that's where I'm at with it. I think the Detroit Lions, for the first time in my lifetime, I actually mean it. Outside, probably when I was like 12 and didn't know any better. I really do think the Detroit Lions will win the fucking Super Bowl.
And we're not cousins for saying it.
No, we're not.
Like, you had cousins my whole life saying, oh, the Lions, this is their year. This is their year. This is our year. We're finally going to do it. Even though we went 0-16 last year, we're finally going to do it. Greatest turnaround in the history of sports. But now it actually, like, holds weight if you say the Lions are going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Spenny, did you see Just a Fan in the chat? When is the Spenny versus Flannel pizza eating contest?
I don't know.
Because have you guys, was it your
He
first
didn't
time
say
seeing him
anything.
since?
Yeah, it's his first time after he ran away.
It's just a
no
little
way
vacation.
he could be.
Yeah, there's not a chance. Like, Flannel,
I mean, I guess. Well,
one hand.
What's Flannel, like 6'2", 6'3"?
Flannel's a big guy, yeah.
He probably could put down some pizza. But I don't know if he's doing
Can't
more
put
than
down
you.
pizza like I can put down.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Like pizza is one of those things I could.
Oh, I won a shotgun race over the weekend.
Well, no shit. I used to parade you around during tailgate days. As Smitty be fucked up, I'd make everybody race them.
Yeah.
Who'd you be?
I remember one time we went to this thing, there was like 10 guys there. He's just like, hey, race them. And I did one. And he's just like, hey, this guy wants to race you. I did another one. He's like, all right, so is this guy. I did like 3.
And then after they offered us Crown.
Yeah, I did 3 in like 5 minutes. Then we did like 3 shots of Crown, and then we're leaving. He's just like, oh, these girls want to race you. I was like, all right, it was a White Claw. I was like, oh, dude, what are you doing to me? He was really trying to break my undefeated streak that day.
He was pimping you out. He's probably putting money on it.
Shift God on the Easy Expressway, Super Bowl bus. That's where it's at. Yeah. I can't put the same expectations on his team next year if Ben Johnson isn't here. I just can't.
Did you see Flannel literally stand on business on BDE?
No, I haven't.
He stood up on the desk.
What?
I forget what it was.
What?
But he said, like, I'll stand up on this desk and say blah, 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 something.
You don't remember the take? Were you there?
No, yeah, I was there.
How'd you...
I'm pretty groggy, man. I had a long weekend. But it wasn't like a super. It wasn't like a super.
Walking through the day.
I forget what it was. It was about like NBA head coaches or something. And Neil was like, "Do it. Stand up on the desk and say it." So I was like, "Ah," and he did it. He stood right up on the desk.
Neil's so good at egging that man on. To be honest, Neil's good at egging everybody on.
Dude, no, Flannel got Neil.
What?
At one point in the show, he was saying like, because
I got Neil
again. I don't know what it was. I can't remember what it was about. But he was like, oh, he's talking about Tom Gores. He's like, you think Tom Gores is the best owner ever, don't you? And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, oh, shit.
Wait, because Neil's employed by the Pistons.
Yeah.
Neil said that?
Yeah.
To Flannel?
No, Flannel was like, you act like Tom Gores is the best owner of all time. Flannel was like, or Neil's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh.
I was like, whoa.
If you
he
want,
got him a little bit. I saw the demon come out.
I know one way to get Neil. And it's the Joe D GM. Just because, like, it's a complicated.
Yeah, the Joe D stuff. He gets emotional about Joe D. Gets emotional about Isaiah Thomas.
Which I'm with him on Isaiah stuff. Because Isaiah's obviously, like, Jordan's been trying to cast him out.
Yeah.
But the Joe D general manager, he was not able to replicate that success at all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At all. In fact, made some horrible draft picks and horrible trades alongside with horrible signings.
Yeah. It was good seeing Flannel. I missed him.
Yeah. I know. You know, I was kind of sad for him because he was kind of heavy on the Kyrie stuff. Like, I remember Neil going on the Kyrie stuff. And the whole entire stretch, he wasn't here to victory lap that.
Yep.
Poor guy.
It's all right.
It's what it is.
Man, he brought up a bunch of stats about the Tigers. And he's like, that's why I'm here. You know, he gets his hands going. Like, that's why I'm here, to teach you guys. I was like, oh, shit. I love when Flannel gets fired up. There's nothing like it. He does, yeah. He's got some crazy fingers sometimes.
And I'm here to tell you why Jared Goff isn't the best quarterback. And I know, Shad, you're in the chat, and you say he's the best.
I made him sound like Trump.
Keys.
Yeah. That sounded like
Trump. That was a Trump cadence.
Can you do it? He kind of got it.
Well, I don't know.
Do it. Do a Flannel person.
I can only
Shad.
think of freakouts.
Neil.
Bots.
That's an angry one. Do like a regular delivery. Can you...
Anywho, back to the Tigers. I think that Riley Green definitely deserves to be in the All-Star game. If you look at his OPS over the past 3 months, his on-base percentage plus slugging is 2 points ahead of the league average, which is ahead of anybody but Bobby Witt Jr., who some people proclaim to be the Messiah or the Savior. Riley Green is the best thing to happen to the Detroit Tigers since Ty Cobb abducted black children.
And if he makes an All-Star game, I will be happy as a clam. I remember that.
I love
like
Flannel.
that one.
Yeah, he's got the
Johnny on the spot.
He's got the old man
verbiage
for sure. Yeah. Anywho, I love it anytime he does. Anywho,
Flannel's gold.
It would behoove you to not hate on. I almost said Justin Timberlake. Aiden Hutchinson. All right, when we get back,
is Justin Timberlake free yet?
I saw a video of him performing. I don't know if it's before or after.
Free JT.
And if it was AI or if it was
Joel Osteen.
He's got to be free.
Aliens.
No, what? Oh, that was extreme.
I don't know if I'm better than Aliens.
Filtered.
AI. I feel like
But
Joel
he
Osteen.
looked fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta find it.
There's probably a filter.
That's why I was like,
Speaking of
this has
which,
gotta
did
be-
you
but
send
people
that
often
picture to
look
Chris?
crazy.
I don't even think I still have it.
Which one?
The picture of Boomer Eyes.
He didn't send it.
Oh no, I didn't, but I will. All right, guys, we gotta go to break. But first, let me tell you guys about KDK Law. It's Kevin and Catherine at KDK Law right here in Birmingham, Michigan. Scan the QR code above my head and tell them the Heavyweight sent you, and they will pay your filing fee. Again, if you're dealing with family custody issues, divorce, visitation, whatever it may be, KDK Law has your back. Visit kdklawoffice.com.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists. Enjoy a precision haircut, hot lather neck shave, scalp and neck massage, and a hot towel treatment to top it off. Enter for your chance to win the $50,000 Perfect Bracket Challenge. With more than 25 Metro Detroit locations, there's always a Lady Jane's near you. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Congratulations to the real Coach of the Year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Dispo Dispensary is your local cannabis plug because it got 6 locations or more across the great state of Michigan. In fact, you catch the boys there this Friday at Dispo and Romeo. Get yourself some free food and some good bud and the best bud deals in the state of Michigan. You must be 21 and older to participate. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Can you do it?
20. What is it?
21 and up? 21 and older?
21 and older.
Yeah, it's just 21 and up.
21 and up. Older than 21. 21 plus. Nah.
21 plus.
It's a knife.
What?
21.
21. What up, welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, WoodwardSports.com. Your boy Easy, joined by Spinmo Rex, Young Chris, Nicholas Kohloff, Mike Wade, Mario.
The 21
21
British memes when they're coming out, that
so fucking funny.
Those were so good.
Oh my god. Dude, the funniest one to me is because I made this joke before too with the on God.
Yeah,
it was like him.
on God.
On God!
On God.
On God!
the one where he's, it's not a British meme, but it's when he was on like CNN or something. He's like this. It's like,
he really did though.
It shows
like a fucking evil villain.
It shows like it showed the picture of Travis Scott when he was dressed up as Batman for Halloween, but it was in a brown Batman suit. He's
Yeah.
like, now Roach Man, I have.
You're muted. Or unplugged or something.
Chris.
You're good. You're good.
No
you're good.
respect.
No. It's just the sound guy not doing his job. What Travis Scott was like. He was like.
What'd you say?
He thanks for laughing with him. No.
Oh, was I still muted again?
Yeah,
No, he
you
muted
again.
you halfway through.
Oh, what a dick.
Yeah, what's up?
All right. Spinny, did you catch that Isaiah? Your wish is coming true. So I know you haven't been the biggest Stu fan as of late.
Yeah.
He's getting shopped around. Shopping Stu.
I mean, Isaiah Stewart is a piece for a winning team, not a piece for a rebuilding team.
I agree.
Isaiah Stewart is a piece that him being the big man off your bench would be great. Him being a Naz Reid in your offense would be great. But we don't need Naz Reid right now. We need starters, and we need guys
we could use Naz Reid too.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, we could use Naz Reid.
We'd kill for
yeah,
Naz
we could
Reid.
use Naz Reid for sure. But Isaiah Stewart's like poor man's Naz Reid that likes to punch people. So hopefully we get a piece in return that can help us now. I just think
now
it's not, I don't know. Because I like Stu as a player on an NBA team, but I don't think he can he can't play the 4. And
he's a backup 5.
He's a backup 5. Yeah, he's not a starter. You need a starter.
How old is Beef Stu?
He's like, if I had to guess, like 26.
26?
I was gonna guess like 23.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like,
he signed his rookie extension, and wasn't he in college a couple years?
Yeah, I don't think he was one and
He's
done
23.
at Washington.
yeah, he was one and done.
23,
Oh, he
and he
was?
turns 24 next May.
Yeah. Plenty of time. Plenty of time.
Because to be honest with you, I saw this one argument. I'm not.
But what's his ceiling?
This is even my. It's Nas Reed.
I don't think he could be Nas Reed.
I don't think so.
I don't think he'd be Nas Reed either. But I'll say this though, and this is not even my argument, but I couldn't argue against it. And you know how stubborn I am. Somebody on Pistons Twitter somewhere, one of those 12-year-olds, had said, "Oh, of course, get rid of the one guy that's actually showing you development," and that's actually true in Beastu's case. He has shown growth.
He showed half a season of development. Like, I don't believe he would have been able to sustain that almost 40% three-point shooting if he would have played the full season.
But it's
Played
still
like
a hell of a
45
knock
games.
for a guy that wasn't really asked to do so beforehand.
Yeah, it's true.
Spencer.
32% on 4 shots and 23. I'm sorry, 22, 23. And then 38% the fall. Like, he did show growth.
Spencer, this was brought up on Friday a little bit. Do you think that you could get, Chris, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys said like a late first for Stu?
Yeah.
My mic working?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you can. That's
You're
right.
good.
That's correct.
What do you think about that, Spencer? Do you think you could get a first for Stu?
Bro, he shot better than Jaden Ivey. To be fair, he doesn't have as good perimeter defense on him because he's like a big.
Yeah, he's shooting
wide open.
Isaiah's shooting wide open
Yeah,
corner threes,
that's
which is fine. Like I said, and again, how many threes was it as a whole? I don't know if he would have been able to consistently do
4.
that for a whole season.
He shot last year, I think it was 30. Let me find it real quick.
It was on
38% on 3.8 attempts.
167 or 175 attempts.
That's a good.
Yeah.
I guess somebody made that argument. And I was like, that's actually a solid point. He is the one guy that's showing growth. You look like you got something to say, Caleb.
No, I mean, what it like?
It's not worth hanging on to.
Yeah. What does Stu do for our future?
What does Stu do for you?
What
Exactly.
can Stu do for you?
He's like Spenny said, he's not a 4, and he's at best right now. He's a very average backup 5, and obviously he's shown growth because he shot the 3 a little bit last year.
Yeah,
but I don't know if you can get a late first-round pick for him. You do that like that, or maybe Troy Weaver wants his baby back and send him to Washington.
I want my baby back, baby back.
Great point.
I mean, that's the thing with Stu is by the time this team becomes good enough for him to be useful, like his contract's up. Like this Piston team, right now he is an asset. He is better off somewhere else in a winning environment, and we are better off getting that asset that we can then use for a trade of a Brandon Ingram or whoever you want to, whatever name you want to throw in. That's the situation where the Pistons are at. It's not, is Stu a good player? Can he be a good player? I think the answer to both those questions is yes. But ultimately, the timeline, even though he's young age-wise, doesn't necessarily fit where Detroit's at. If you want to hang on to him, it's not the end of the world. Because, again, I do think he is a good player down the line. But ultimately, right now, you're better off just getting an asset for him. Reworking your stockpiling assets. That's what this team needs to do. This team needs to get assets to then retool around Cade Cunningham.
One guy I looked at today in the draft, shout to Suburban Ford and Ferndale, I had a little extra time today, was Tijon Saloon.
Oh, I can go off about him.
In a good way?
No.
Why?
No. When's the last player you've seen have that many holes in their game and put it all together? And the answer is probably Giannis. And I'm sorry, like, Giannis is awesome, but that's a 0.02% chance. Like, this guy, I like everything about him. 6'10". He's got confidence when he shoots. He's shown the ability to move a little bit off screens. But he's got zero bag in terms of ball handling and shot creation. And he's not the greatest physically. And you know what?
But that wouldn't be his role.
But
that's this draft. Like, this draft, you're not going to have any of those, like, what you're mentioning. I'm not
okay,
looking for
if you're just looking at him as like a stretch 4 benchish player, sure, that's fine, yeah. But if you're looking at him as like, because that's what a lot of people are saying, oh, this guy could end up being the best player in the draft. A lot of people are saying the same thing about Matas. is like another guy that just.
All right, relax.
No, but it's the same conversation. But see, that's what I'm saying. It's
We're
the stretch.
shooting better defense.
God, please, no.
Even then, it's at the. Oh, Asar came from.
I'm just saying in the analogy of like, oh, if they put it all together. But if you're just looking at him as a role playing guy, I would move back and get him. I wouldn't draft him at 5. That's for damn sure. I think you can get him at like 10.
I wouldn't be mad to draft him at 5.
I see. I would.
He's shooting 30-something from 3.
I don't think he
can finish at the rim.
I don't think he's going to translate that well. And you know what?
He's
Another
got
thing
7'2" wingspan.
You know what? Another thing too, though, that is a red flag with him is that usually a lot of European players come into the league with great feel for game because the flow of the game is taught way differently there. The fundamentals.
They play team ball.
He doesn't have that. I don't see that
Yes,
when I watch the tape with him. I don't see good awareness, and I also don't see a good role man. Like I think he's got a lot of things to put together, and he's 18, and that's cool. Let him be a project for a good team. I don't think the timeline really adds up here in Detroit.
It does though, because what the hell are we doing for the next 3 years? Not Dick. He's got time to develop.
I know, but I'd rather take role players right now that fit Cade Cunningham and can still grow.
For what? We're not doing shit. Sorry for swearing so much for anyone with children.
No, I hear you, but if you don't believe in the upside, then what's the point?
I do believe in the upside.
But when I said the upside, you're like, all right, relax.
Well, because you're talking about it as like, yeah, he's not going to be the star. Like I don't think you're looking at this draft with any of these guys and thinking they're going to be a star.
But you can get already made role players right now in this draft. Like Dalton Connect is an already ready-made role player right now. Tijan is somebody that's got to get to that.
We're not in a position for like already like we don't. It's not a it's a luxury.
But why not take the guy that's already there and ready to contribute?
Why not take a guy with the higher ceiling that could also contribute? He's still shooting 32%. I don't think
he has a higher ceiling than Dalton Connect because I just think he's got too many pieces to put together.
I think
Dalton Connect is one of the most complete offensive players, if not the most complete offensive player in this draft.
I think so, yeah. In this draft,
I agree.
3-level scoring. Obviously, he thinks he's the best 3-point shooter, or one of the best 3-point shooters
for sure.
He's a little bit more athletic than people give him credit for, but I don't think he's doing a lot of that shit in the pros. I think he's gonna have a mid-level game and a 3-point game.
His pro comp is like Bogey.
Ew.
Like if you could add he'd be like a Bogey.
More athletic though.
In this more athletic for sure.
I think he's like a.
But like he's never going to be a dominant scorer.
He's like,
but he's going to be a guy who could give you 30 on any night.
He's like Luke Kennard.
He's more athletic.
Great grandfather was black.
He's he's like Luke Kennard. If Luke Kennard
he's got a 10th brother.
He's obviously a better Pat Connaughton. Is like because Pat Connaughton has an insane vertical.
But Pat Connaughton's a good defender.
Yeah,
that's actually true too. Yeah, more athletic Bogey probably is the most fair comp.
How about Edie Spenny? I said it. Caleb fucking put on my post. Like, what about Edie at 5? I said I'd rather redraft Killian. And like, I'd Kurt Cobain if we got Edie. Honestly,
I keep seeing supremacy in
if we got Matas.
Yeah, that's right.
They're gonna draft Matas.
Stop it! I keep seeing. I hope.
I want to spit on you right now.
I think supremacy is trolling when he says I think Matas is gonna be Franz. Like I've seen that in our somebody posted on our Instagram. I got a lot of Franz Wagner counts for the Matas. And Matas shot 20. Yeah, because he's a foreign white guy that can dribble. He's got 22% from 3 in his 1 year in the G League. Franz shot 34% his last year.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I had somebody tell me about his high school shooting percentage. I was like,
I see.
Come on.
Come on. What are you fucking doing?
I see the script now with him. If the Pistons draft him, he's going to be like 3 for 27 in his first 3 games in the summer league. And then all of a sudden, he's going to look like Baby Dirk in 1 game, and Pistons fans are going to hold on to that for 4 years.
No.
He's going to be like Henry Ellenson, but shorter.
I like his comp. Kevin Huerter.
For who?
For Dalton Connect. That makes a lot of sense.
I
don't know. Kevin Huerter can't really.
Be better.
He can break down. Like also, Dalton Connect can break down dudes off the dribble.
Confirms Connect. But move on.
Connect?
Connect. His name being pronounced Connect confirms Noah's name is Kaniga.
Oh. Well, I mean, is this your Kani?
Yeah, but maybe they're from another country. Pronounced different.
I talked about. I don't even want to get into that sidebar because I was like, I want to talk about invisible letters. Silent letters are the dumbest thing on the planet. What the fuck? Why? Who is like, that's just the idiots that are making up the English
Yeah,
language.
it's only English and French that do that.
Let's put this letter here, but you don't even got to say it.
Yeah. Like grass shit.
Yeah.
It's gratuit.
Well, that's French. It's grachois.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like English and French are the only ones that like, do that weird shit.
Yeah. But Dalton Connect, he can break down dudes off the dribble.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see
At
Kevin
the NBA
Huerter.
level?
I think he'll be able to.
Kevin Huerter's not a bad ball handler.
I can see on a break because I saw the clip that
He's got a
Mike
little,
Payton
he's
posted.
got a little, in him.
Little hero to him.
Little
That's
cousin?
what I saw.
Yeah, like I said, bogey, but who can dunk is like.
I like Kevin Huerter.
That's what I see.
That's a guy. I don't know if you just said it. I didn't hear what you said though, Chris. Kevin Huerter's a guy we could bring in too. That's not like,
Kevin Huerter is a
he's
guy.
not on a 16 million next year, 17 the next year.
And
Maybe that's
So you get Huerter, you draft my guy,
no, draft Cody
Saloon.
Williams.
No, man.
Tijon Saloon. He's your stretch 4.
Dude's
Coming off
4
the
years
bench.
away from being a stretch 4. What are we doing here?
He's a stretch 4 now.
You
I
draft
don't think
Connect, you bring in Herter, you know.
I would.
Little change of pace off the
Championship.
defense.
Yeah, Nick's loving this
Nick's
plan
Nick's
already.
loving it, yeah.
Tyler
See how-
Hero's out there somewhere.
Yeah,
Can
see how
Steve
Tyler-
Nash come back?
Maybe Duncan
kick the
Robinson.
tires- yeah,
Gordon
can we kick the
Hayward's a
tires on
free
Duncan
agent.
Robinson?
Gordon Hayward's a free agent. I'm just saying.
No, I'd be cool with Cody Williams as well. I think that'd be a big.
I like Cody
big
Williams.
He's the one.
Moves.
He's the one.
He's the one.
He's the best 3-and-D prospect in the draft. I think he's
I
going
watched him
to
today.
at his lowest be a
Yeah.
just suitable 3-and-D guy that every team in the NBA needs.
I'm lower on his ceiling than most, but I like him. His floor is very high.
His
so
floor
I
is
have
extremely
I have
high.
no problem.
And that's
taking him.
that's a Trajan Langdon-esque draft pick.
Yeah.
Long, rangy guy, can do it on both sides of the floor. See
Yeah.
Herb Jones, see Trey Murphy, see Dyson Daniels. Like that's
Najee Marshall.
That's the point that James Edwards was making.
yeah.
Najee Marshall.
He likes it. I that's what I was talking about. How when he first came in, he drafts complete players. Troy Weaver drafted guys who are black holes on one side of the court or the other. Either they don't play any defense or they can't score. Trajan Langdon drafts guys who can do both things, so you can put them out there at all times.
Brandon Shirley says Connect is a player who's proven and can get even better. He's like the high ceiling. I'm sorry, high floor, low ceiling. I said
Yeah.
Connect. I don't know how much better he's getting.
Yeah.
Oh,
think-
let's connect.
I can see
23.
I can see Cody Williams being a Derek White.
Yo, he reminded me of his brother. I was watching him today.
Yeah, just smaller.
He's actually he actually plays a little like point forward.
He can play 1 through 4. Like he can guard 1 through 4.
And to be honest, like him and Cade, because I guess he hasn't shot that much. I think in James Edwards' article, he said he shot like 42 times this past season. Still had a good clip though. I think it was like 38 or something like that.
Dakota Mullet says Valeni said Cody Williams as well. Well, as long as he's not trading Cade, then yeah, I'm with him.
Cody Williams would be
He'd be
phenomenal.
perfect fit.
The ball movement is
Yeah.
between he and Cade, the shooting and setting other guys up.
Be perfect.
That would be amazing.
Let me tell you about Planet Fitness.
Too good to be true.
Talking
We're
about a
not gonna do
perfect fit. P-Fit. Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness is the home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, we mean anyone, can feel comfortable and work on their fitness goals. At Planet Fitness.
I felt that.
Squeaky.
My boy's spitting right now.
That sounds equivalent. A full body workout in 30 minutes. And all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $10 a month, no commitment. No matter where you are, there's Planet Fitness close by. More than 50 in Metro Detroit and thousands more throughout the world. Planet Fitness. Your fitness is essential.
Braylon out with your Premier Pet Supply, man. Just looking around. Who's got it better than pets? Come on, a baby stroller for Coda? A chef for Lola? Really? You don't have to tell me who the real boss here is. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody, especially here at Premier Pet Supply. For over 30 years and more than 13 locations, Premier Pet Supply has everything that your pet can dream of, and guess what? It's all under one roof. Premier Pet Supply, family owned, operated, and proud to call Metro Detroit home. Check out premierpetsupply.com or scan the QR code today. Who's got it better than pets? Nobody!
At the merch. WoodwardSports.com. Click the shop tab today. Get yourself some brand new merch. They got hoodies, tees, hats, all that guaranteed to turn heads. Head on over to WoodwardSports.com. Click that shop tab today and get yourself some brand new merch.
ETN. So you lied. I read that in Kendrick's voice. So
Lied
you
what?
lied about the anatomy. You lied about the surgery.
Yes.
You lied about the blah, 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 all that perjury.
I gotta show my dad that song.
Smash the like button. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream.
When we were watching the pop out, I like told him about the beef.
Yeah.
I was like, he made one of the scariest songs I've ever heard.
It's definitely deep. Like if you listen to that, and I've already seen the memes about it, but it's also very true. If you listen to that more than 6 times, other than showing people, you might be weird.
Yeah.
Might have some
I listened to it like twice.
Yeah, that's all I could do.
It's tough, man. It's scary.
I tried the 3rd and 4th time. I was like, yeah.
It's crazy. It's such a good diss, dude.
This feels fucked.
Yeah.
A little too deep.
It's like a public
And it's like a family
assassination.
too.
Yeah.
You know? Oh, wuss. That's what this whole entire thing's been. It's been a while. All right, moving on.
Did YG, was that thing?
YG was there, yeah.
YG's in the music video. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I saw like a little verse from YG pop up on Instagram. I don't know. It was probably from like one of his old songs.
He did a record a couple weeks after the beef called Weird.
Yeah,
where he kind of said some shit about like, hey Drake, don't put me in this. Like,
yeah,
that was weird. They tried doing that. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's just like, who did you think like anybody on the West Coast except Game was gonna side with?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Tigers are already down 4-0. 4 batters, 4 runs.
Who's on the mound?
Pistons.
Mize.
Oof.
Oh my god, man. We're cooked.
Against who?
I thought we had a pitching staff to get her done.
At least it's not the White Sox.
Turnbull on the mound for the Phillies as well.
Really?
No, I think it's Aaron Nola.
Tonight, is it?
Yeah.
Do you want to
I
do
know
McDavid
Turnbull
and
was-
Oilers now, or you want to do mailbag? And then do mailbag, or do you want
Well,
to
we
just...
only got 4 minutes.
So what, mailbag now?
We just,
I kind of want to save the little pots one for tomorrow. Right?
Yeah.
All right. What else do I have in here? Jake Paul versus Mike Perry. I could talk to you about that yet?
we can do the Oilers one right now.
I think we kind of already did it too in the beginning.
Because, yeah, there's
all
not
took the
much to
Oilers.
say. Yeah.
I just feel like it's too good to be true type thing.
I don't know. The shit that Jesus was saying about, like, the last time the Oilers won or lost 3 in a row, they went on winning streaks of, like, 11,
insane
14,
stat.
and then 7 games.
In regular season, though.
Still.
It's different
Still nuts.
facing this team. A team as good as the Panthers.
Bob looks cooked, bro. Bob looks absolutely
They
cooked.
found that pocket.
Yeah.
Above the
That,
shoulder.
that short side shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, how fucking good are they, though, to consistently keep hitting that bitch, too,
Mhm.
and him just not to... That's actually wild for, like, what we were talking about with him, but he's still, to this day, despite what's happening in the series, the single greatest performance.
Oh, yeah. The game 1 was insane. Game 1 was different. I mean, he's also just
Monsters on his head. How
getting
old is he?
tired, bro. Huh?
How old is he?
Bob's old. He's been in the league for a while.
2 months of playoff hockey. Now stretching out to... That's... Oh, man. We're witnessing history, boys.
Yeah,
It
he's
happens tonight.
35
Are you
now.
coming?
Didn't Brad?
Maybe. We'll see. I'm
Didn't-
kind of serving a 2-day hangover right now. I'm not gonna lie.
What'd you do?
Went out on the water. Big fella didn't use any sunscreen. Face is kind of hurting right now.
Yeah, I can
so-
tell, actually. Can you
Yeah.
take the hat off real quick? I just want to...
Yeah.
That boy's shining.
It's pretty gnarly.
Been there, brother. I was listening to Ryan Whitney on PMT earlier, and he did not practice yesterday. The goalie did,
Yeah,
and he
sure.
usually does not do that.
He's probably tired, man.
Yeah.
Played a lot of hockey the past
Hopefully
couple years.
Skinner chilled, too, then.
Skinner's not as old as Bob, though. And he doesn't see the type of volume of shots Bob does. Bob's going to see a fucking 40 a game against the Oilers.
That's fair. See McGregor's foot?
Yeah.
But do you remember who was he making fun of? Was it RDA? Who pulls off because of a toe
Yeah.
or the thumb?
Connor's cooked, dude. I don't give a shit about Conor McGregor anymore.
Somebody sent me a clip of him
He would have got bullied by Michael
when he was in
Chandler.
the rise. He's like, I don't party. It's a distraction.
Yeah.
And now it's all he
Yeah,
does.
because he made it. I mean, good for him. You know?
Yeah. He don't have to fight, man. I don't know why he's doing it.
He doesn't have to fight.
And you're right. I'm just not going to get myself excited for it. Because even when he does fight, he's not the same.
He's never going to fight in the UFC ever again.
Like, he's going to try.
Yeah, he's not going.
But even like the Dustin fight, the one that he got knocked out in, he tried boxing the entire time.
Yeah.
He didn't check any leg kicks, didn't throw any, and he used to never throw those like crazy shits.
Mm-hmm.
Like Connor's like a karate like style dude. He used to
Yeah.
do all that weird shit.
All the weird shit.
Yeah. No mas. Just
No.
straight up put him
Because he's
on.
been training for boxing.
Yeah. Oh well.
He's cooked, bro.
WWE's coming to Netflix. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching it live. But I've been tapping in to like clips of like the Rhea Ripley and Dirty Dom.
Dirty Dom, what's going on here?
So you remember we talked about before the custody match?
That's his son?
Yeah.
Dirty Dom.
He's wrestling now. And honestly, he's not that sweet. But the few things I've watched of him, I respect because you know whose moves he took?
His dad's?
Eddie Guerrero.
Who
won the custody match,
The
if I'm not
plot
mistaken.
thickens.
He won, no.
Like the 5-star the frog splash.
Yeah.
I think he does the 3 amigos where he takes the the 3 suplexes or whatever.
I've hit so many 5-star frog splashes.
As a kid. Oh, me too. Off the electric box in the back of our apartment. Knocking the wind out myself.
Yeah.
It's
In the
crazy.
pool, too.
Me and my friends actually used to like execute that shit. Like,
My friend Marcus put my other friend Adam in the walls of Jericho. Fucked his back up for life. He's never been the same.
Yeah, it's fucked
My friend got pedigreed in 5th grade. My buddy pedigreed. He got up. He swung on him. He's so fucking mad.
You know,
I was a big spear guy. I was a big spear guy.
You know, some people who caught the worst UFC finishers. With cross faces, man.
Oh.
Yeah.
The
I remember ripping like 619s on like the
Monkey bars.
basketball like poles.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Generational.
Yep.
No, I got pedigreed by a 6th grader. I was in like 3rd grade.
Damn.
I forgot even what happened. I think he wouldn't pass me the ball. We were playing basketball. I used to be a hothead. I was fucking.
For real?
Oh, dude, I was a hothead.
You're still a hothead.
I
What do
still
you mean
kind
you
of
used
am,
to?
yeah.
What? I used to be a hothead. You? No way.
Am I?
Dude, I saw you in a manic state one time. It was scary, bro.
I thought it was better, but I guess not.
Not a chance.
Yeah, I went to go tackle this kid. He's fucking
just boom,
yeet,
boom.
Yeet. Thank
boom.
God. I was like high enough where my face didn't hit.
Yeah. I could fuck you up, dude.
RKOs were a move too.
RKO.
RKO. Yeah. Everybody's got an RKO.
I used to hit rock bottom. I used to actually hit rock bottom like in fights. I thought it was like an actual move. Because I was like chubby though. So like if I went down, like, you're just coming down with me regardless, you know. So it wasn't like an efficient rock bottom, but I would hit it, and I was like,
My brother Cole.
I thought I was him.
Hit me at the people's elbow off the. I was in the pool and he came off the dock.
I got hit with a couple leg drops.
Yeah, we
leg drops.
We definitely set up some RKOs into the pool at
That's
the
the
crib.
funnest shit to do.
Yeah.
To this day, honestly, RKOs into the pool is like kind of lit.
You just gotta
Especially
be
if the
careful.
pool has a little like ladder to get in that goes above the pool, and you just grab them off that and just.
Cole, my brother Cole used to hit me with when we started watching UFC. He used to hit me with leg kicks. I'd just be walking around the house, whap around the corner.
What's fucked up because you guys actually know how to throw them.
Yeah.
Black belts.
Shit fucking hurt, dude. He'd put me down. I'd be on the ground like, ah. My dad would be like, get up.
That's how it was a Bryson.
Sweet chin music, Shawn Michael. Ooh, that'd be bad.
That's honestly that Michael Jackson is why I can still kick so high.
Sweet chin music.
Yeah, just practicing those all the time growing up.
Remember, we used to do a bunch of moves on like a trampoline or something, like where it wouldn't actually hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mailbag when we get back. I already see one from Paul Thomas. We shall get to that, but not before Nick tells us about, or is it you who tells us about?
Every single morning. When I think it's me. When you wake up, make sure you're putting on Wake Up Woodward every morning, 8 to 10 a.m. live on Woodward Sports.
Wow.
Join Kool-Aid, Flannel Sam, Broder, JB, and KG every morning is to cover all of Detroit sports. Every morning when you wake up, put on Wake Up Woodward. Let's rock.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Yo, let me just say, I love Planet Fitness.
Trying out Planet Fitness and dang, they got lots of equipment.
Not me getting a Planet Fitness membership just for the 24-hour perk.
Listen, the PF Black Card is worth every penny for this hydro massage. I'm a new man.
Did y'all know that the PF app has workouts you can do at home? Cheapest therapy I can find is Planet Fitness.
All the benefits, all for less. Planet Fitness, big fitness energy for all.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Guardian Alarm offers you customized solutions from real experts. Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. They also have 24/7 professional monitoring. You can call them anytime, day or night. No Guardian Alarm team member will stay on the phone as long as needed. And of course, they have technology backed by people. Your safety and security is theirs. Technology has been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. So call them at 1-800.
Stay out.
That's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
I would never voluntarily take sweet chin music either. That's actually like asking for trouble.
No. Yeah.
No way.
No.
I threw him and we pretended, and I would just clap my leg, make the noise.
Oh yeah.
Dogs.
That's just getting kicked in the jaw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's crazy too, though, because
thanks.
I know wrestling's fake. But
I
that's
wonder
one
what
of
this
the ones
feels
where,
like. It feels like getting kicked in the face.
Still makes noise though. Like I don't know how they fake that one.
They don't fake it.
Yeah, that one I guess you couldn't really do. Hey, shout out to D-Mac, by the way, performing on stage. He fucking scaled a building.
He rappelled off of a building.
Rappelled off a building?
Yeah.
Like the same thing?
The other way. I feel like it's much harder to scale a building. But yeah, no,
D-Mac.
D-Mac.
Scaling means you're climbing up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
D-Mac's the man. I love that guy.
Like when I saw that, first the building was just wild.
Yeah.
Like it's just, all right. And then like the next day he's like on stage, like singing his ass. I'm like, what the like this guy.
And the day before he was wrestling.
He's the fucking man.
He lives life how it's supposed to be lived. He does what he wants when he wants.
I swear he does.
It's fucking awesome. D-Mac's the GOAT.
Heavyweights, home of the on-air burp. That's spitting.
Yeah, I did not expect that
Spitty
to
always
be.
cashed in the on-air burp.
Did not expect that to be that loud. I had Mediterranean food for lunch though, leftovers. Dude, I would bathe in that garlic paste you get from Mediterranean places. That shit is, I can eat it with a spoon, dude. That shit is so good.
Super fire. I just found this chicken and lamb rice platter like around the corner from me. Not too expensive. I've been smacking it like all like 3 days in a row.
Shout out Boffs at 10 and Lorraine.
I knew whatever you were eating slapped because you were like had it all over your story.
Mm-hmm.
And no one just posts like you only post good food on your story.
That shit is gas, dude. Boffs, right on the corner, centerline staple.
Christy made hibachi on the
Oh, nice, dude.
On the fucking black
On the
stone.
black
I haven't had
stone.
hibachi in a minute.
How's it been?
I haven't had Korean
so far?
barbecue in a minute
I'm
either.
loving it.
Yeah.
We had leftover noodles from. She made some weird pasta shit, and me and Bryson just made fried noodles on it. You can just do whatever on that thing. I love it. Detroit supremacy easy. If the Lions win the Super Bowl, will you buy a golf jersey and wear it for 16 straight shows? Hunter, if you buy it, I'll do it.
That's fair.
All right, I'll do it. I just don't want to buy it.
Government now here.
16 straight shows, like that's like a. By the way, I'm committed to the Super Bowl now. Easy. How many people at WSN own a golf jersey, and how many own a Stafford jersey? I don't
think anybody owns a golf
golf
jersey.
jersey. As much as we got some gobblers.
I'm pretty sure
gobblers
Gentry
around here.
had a Stafford jersey. I know Nick's got a Stafford jersey.
Yeah, we're gonna burn it here soon, probably before week 1.
Yeah, sure we are.
We had such a bad idea. I'm glad we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already like got arrested.
I was like, yeah, no, don't do
on
that.
The balcony. Yeah, that was wild.
We were hammered that night.
Hell yeah.
Your hot neighbor
boy
came
was
over.
Crazy. He was wasted.
Boy was trying to bang me and easy.
That's so
no,
fucking funny.
he
too.
wasn't.
I don't want to get Nick in trouble, but the way he handled that hot neighbor situation was fucking hilarious.
So funny.
He was like ready to fight, and then he saw she was hot. He's like, okay, 1 second.
Yeah.
He closed the door. You just knew he was. All right, I'm not getting
She
in
was
trouble.
hot for sure.
You
Your roommate was playing the Peaky Blinders song
over and over.
I was like, have you seen Peaky Blinders? He's like, no, what are you talking about? I was like,
He
that's the intro to Peaky Blinders. That's the only reason I've heard this song before.
That was the funniest because they all said no.
I was like, what do you mean no?
He has seen Peaky Blinders. B, he doesn't live with me, and C, we were drinking for like 10 hours straight, so we were all tuned
That's
up
fair.
that night.
That's a great song. It's a good song for sure, but I would never have heard it before if it wasn't for Peaky Blinders, which is a great show. You should watch it. It'll make you want to rip darts though.
Hand. Boom, boom.
It'll make you want to rip darts bad because every 2 seconds of that show they're lighting up a dart.
Oh fuck! I didn't
And they're
know
all
they
so
did that.
cool. It's like, oh, I want to be cool. I'll smoke cigarettes too.
I won't say who, but to who, no one would have known that was that until you said what you just said, and I didn't mean to do that.
What did you say?
No one. I'm not telling you who's saying what. I'm Chef Talks. I think a lot of these guys have Stafford jerseys.
Oh, I mean, a lot of people have Stafford
in fairness,
jerseys.
though, he
There's
was
nothing
here
wrong
forever.
with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't wear it anymore.
Oh, hell no.
Nick wears it. Nick wears it to bed every day.
I could see maybe
God, dude, I was so happy that we fucking started over.
Korean Jesus might have a golf
not
jersey.
a Stafford guy.
Because he got bread like that to spin on jerseys.
Detroit Supremacy's government name is Poindexter. That's what Brendan Dillinger said.
Poindexter.
Dude, when you drop Dabber's government, he hasn't been back in the chat.
Evan, he's been back. Sorry, he gets out of control.
The good old Evan.
He's a bot for sure.
He's a Neil bot
or
for
Neil
sure.
bot for sure, I should say. All right, guys. Well, we're off.
Yeah.
Well,
watch the Stanley Cup Finals.
That'll do
Game
it.
7.
If you want to come hang with the boys, Ale and Eddie's. Is that
Yes,
like
sir.
Isn't it
13,
like-
14 in Shaner?
Yeah.
Local host gets shot at.
Yeah, the Mile High shows up. It's about time.
Yeah, who from the chat you think would be it?
If anybody shot me in the chat, it would be
Anakin.
Lorena Rios, probably.
Yeah.
She hasn't been in the chat in a while, though. Somebody probably blocked her.
Clown Sauce coming back.
Clown
Sauce the home.
Clown Sauce the homie for sure. He's just racist.
Coolest racist guy I know.
Yeah, definitely the coolest racist we know.
Actually, just real quick, did you know Facebook memories?
Yeah.
I did convert a racist one time. He was a biker gang, old dude.
He'd be like,
Met him at a barbecue. I just kept asking. He had a hole in his throat. I just kept asking him questions about it. And he just, I don't know, took a liking to me.
broke down.
He's just like,
He let me take a picture of his motorcycle and everything. I was like 12.
All right, well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate y'all tapping in. Ale and Eddie's for the game. Come join us. It's going to be fun. For Easy, for Nick, for Caleb, for Chris, I'm Spencer with the Heavyweights. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.